Hey, hello. Yes, as always, we're here with the DC Rebirth, the road to Doomsday Clock, or just Doomsday in general. And here are
Yep.
my guest hosts, Tavia, Nick, and Edgar. You got Tavia, Nick, Edgar. You guys can introduce yourselves now.
Okay. I'm Type Spoker. Actually, I review at the movie, video game, comics. I to do Let's Play at the on losing game on some old games. Also, I also to do at the upload video on a video account. And let's get the party started.
Well, I'm Nick Lenz from the channel Nick Lenz, and I review movies, TV shows, novels, comics, and anime. On my channel, I'm getting really close to my 1,000 video, which I'm gonna probably do in the next couple days.
And we also have here is comic book fan 1992, or Edgar. And he would be around once in a while. But anyway, let's get talk. First, let's start off with DC Metal, because I love this event. And I saw some interesting about the Batman who laughs. And this could be a version of Batman, just like Scott Snyder was building up to this whole metal event. What is it in the Dark Multiverse? There was also another version of Batman, just like ours, processed, but I guess he went through even more extreme lengths.
He really went crazy, but he went in the Joker by invented a Joker toxin.
Because some people are thinking about, this could be the Batman from the Chilling Joke. He actually went insane. If we go by that definition about what Moore's.
I doubt that. I doubt it, that Batman, because that would make any sense.
But then again, you got to remember, this is the Dark Multiverse. This is where all the nightmares come from. Every bad decision.
Yeah, and also, where the heck did those evil Robins come from?
Those are so creepy.
Actually, I saw something on Comic Book Resources where they actually, it could have been, those Robins actually could symbolize Jason. Because when you hear the Robins talk, they say crow. But when Batman Who Left needs him to be quiet, he says bar.
Oh, and look at the show.
Yeah. And
Sorry, I'm late.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah, that's okay.
Hey, Red. And they're basically saying those Robins all represent Jason.
Why Jason Todd?
Because, remember, like I said, those Robins all say crow. In order for Batman to get him to be quiet, he says bar. And he put it there, crowbar. And then you get Joker.
Oh, wait.
What are you talking about? The Dark Knight's Metal?
Yeah, the Dark Knight's Metal and Batman Who Laughed. And the
Batman it's pretty obvious those evil Robins represent two of them, though. It could be either Damien or Jason Todd.
Or Tim Drake.
Well, none of them
never evil, though.
None of them got beaten by a crowbar. Well, except Damien beat Joker with a crowbar.
Yeah, so it could be both of them. It could have both personalities. Plus, Jason was going on a darker path when he got older, when he found out his mom's alive.
But you also got to look at the costume. That's Jason. That's Golden or Silver Age Geek / Jason costume. And the other Robin wore that was Jason.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep, and then he died again.
Well, Dick Grayson did wear that when he was originally Robin before he became Nightwing. Though in the current continuity, he wears the same costume that Tim Drake wears right now.
But he didn't get beat with a crowbar.
Yeah, but though Jason Todd's the only Robin who went to a darker path than all of them.
Yeah,
Damien was already a little shit.
That's true, but
the thing about Jason Todd, he's the first Robin to die.
He is the first Robin to die.
Yeah.
And the only Robin to die.
And
but he was the first Robin to rebel against Batman's orders.
Yep. Yeah. And people did not like that. They bullied at to kill him, and they did kill him.
Yeah.
One of the problems is they gave him.
Yeah, the controversy surrounding of how Jason Todd died is one of the most bizarre stories I've actually heard.
That's online.
Basically, there was this number that you called DC Comics to see if he would survive. Numbers say that he was going to die, that he basically died. That they call him to get killed off. Yep. But one of the numbers was on a repeat dial many times that basically brought up the votes.
It was rigged.
So one person, it was rigged, so he could basically die, and he died.
Except the problem was that he won the vote to live.
The ultimate scene that basically DC did that. I don't remember who the artist was who did Death in the Family. There was an alternate scene of Jason Todd surviving, where never surfaced for years until Batman and number 25, which was collected in the Under Red Hood trade. This was an alternate. This was sort of like what happened if he would have survived, where Batman says Jason lives. Instead, basically like Jason dying, like the way he did in the original story.
I'm glad he died. because it paid the development of Batman. It gave it Tim Drake, all Robin, and after they gave it more at the end of the story with his death.
But the problem was
and
that
he
he
stayed
actually
dead
won the
for
votes for
roughly, I think it was almost 20 years he stayed dead.
And then they retconned it where Superboy Prime punched the thing, and then he came back to life. Then they had to retcon it again where Joe Winning made it so Ra's al Ghul resurrected him.
Yeah, apparently
actually it wasn't Ra's al Ghul. It was Talia al Ghul, wasn't it?
Basically,
Yeah, I think it's Talia.
Yeah, it was Talia al Ghul because if you read the Red Hood Lost Days, that confirms that.
The backstory that was done for the Red Hood film, that was deemed canon in the current continuity of basically explaining how Jason Todd came back to life. Yeah. Because people love that movie so much. Apparently, Tomasi was a huge fan of the film, so basically he used that explanation as basically the reasoning behind Jason Todd's resurrection.
I thought it was Scott Odell who did that.
Apparently forgot it.
No, Joe Winning under the Red Hood, or the movie.
Well,
yeah, but
the movie awesome.
The film, and that influenced Peter J. Tomasi when he did that team-up issue between Batman and Red Hood. I believe it was the second team-up issue he did after Damian Wayne died.
Oh, yeah. When Batman teamed up with Robin or something, and then Terry showed up.
Yeah, it was a series of issues that he did up until he did the awesome Robin Hunt storyline. It took up issues like 19 through, I think it was like 24, I believe it was. I think it was 23.
25, yeah, 24.
Yeah, 24 to 28, it was the very awesomely told Batman Two-Face storyline, which the ending was later retconned by Scott Snyder.
Yep.
Yeah, the whole thing of him committing suicide by shooting himself in the head. And, he shows up in the first issue of Batman alive and well, and there's no explanation of how he survived a bullet to the head.
Honestly,
you gotta remember, this is 52. This is New 52, where there really wasn't a direction.
There was a continuity in New 52.
Like everything happened to Batman was in 5 years. He went through 4 Robins in 5 years.
Bullshit. Thankfully, they fixed him back.
That whole part of where the shooting mindset.
I've heard a rumor they did fix that.
Yep, they finally fixed that.
Well, that and plus Rebirth basically said, 10 years was took it away from him.
What? And then to this book, after they picked the time.
Did they ever explain in Rebirth?
Yeah, they Rebirth. Yeah, they took away 10 years, so that's how Batman and them. They supposedly try to fix it because you could not go through 4 Robins in 5 years and all these events. It's kind of impossible.
And then when they picked Tim J backstory, thanks to Zedekah 965, I am so happy to do the backstory. Stop with the backstory. Bye bye. Thank God. I'm happy.
Yeah, but Tevia, Tim Drake was not the only person to get his pre-Flash and backstory restored. Do you know who the other one was?
Was that Spoiler and Cassandra? Well, Cassandra kind of changed again.
Yeah, but Jason Todd also had his pre-Flashpoint origin story deemed canon.
Yeah. I know that. Huh.
Yeah, the story done by Max Allan Collins from the storyline Second Chances, which is in a trade.
What happened
the whole thing of basically of how post-crisis when Batman first met Jason Todd, where he met him in the most funniest way possible. He was stealing the wheels off the Batmobile.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he brought up the Red Hood and the Outlaws. They actually brought that up. And I'm glad they also brought Roy and Oliver back again. I'm glad they fixed it. And well, we're finally done with the entire Ninth Circle arc. It took about 34 issues, but I actually enjoyed the Ninth Circle arc. It actually showed how far he's willing to go for his city, and I'm glad he actually teamed up with the Justice League again.
Yeah, that was really fun. I
the one thing that I thought was really stupid for the Justice League to do is not to help him.
I think he wanted to do it on his own.
He wanted to be like, they treat him like Batman. Remember, for some reason, they always treat Green Arrow as a pale version of Batman.
Which doesn't work.
Which is a liberal version of him.
I think you brought up that he's from Justice League. Apparently, Ben Percy forgot that fact and had it where Green Arrow's offered membership of the Justice League, and he turns it down.
He was on the Justice League.
I don't get why he turned it down for. It just seems a little bit bizarre. I mean, if you want to be part of a team, if he doesn't want to be part of that team, why not be part of the JLA?
Wait, what about the Justice League United? He was also part of that too.
Yeah, they disappeared. I have no idea what happened to them.
Stargirl
that team
disappeared.
got disbanded.
No, wait. I think
Yeah, the
Stargirl
last
was
known
still around.
appearance of the United was actually during Savage Dawn.
Oh, that's
And Martian Manhunter was, I think, Martian Manhunter was with, no, Captain Marvel was with Cyborg. I don't think Martian Manhunter was in Rebirth.
The team was made up of, this was during Jeff Lemire's run. It was made up of Martian Manhunter, Stargirl, Supergirl, Adam Strange, Alina Strange,
Batgirl,
Equinox, the Equinox girl.
Equinox, she was a new character. I'm trying to think who else. Green Arrow,
Batgirl.
Animal-Man.
Captain
I think that was it. It was like,
eventually, Captain Carrot.
yeah, there was like 10 people on this team.
In that team, and then Poison Ivy.
Yeah, but that was during a period of time which they had this. Jeff Parker had this really bizarre concept of where these people are brought in for this one story arc and then just get replaced the next story arc.
Yeah, then a Savage show up for one issue. What the hell?
Yeah, in the first arc, the first two parts that Jeff Parker did, he brought in Poison Ivy, Swamp Thing, Etrick and the Demon, and I believe Mira. For this quick little two-parter, which I could not tell what the heck was going on. And in the next arc, he brought in Batgirl, Steel, Robot Man of the Doom Patrol, and Vandal Savage for 3 issues. And then the last issue basically just felt like the last few issues never even happened and just had it where just a continuation of Jeff Lemire's run for like one issue.
I have a question for you guys. Have you guys read? Wait, one question. Have you guys read Ragman? Issue 1 of Ragman that came out?
Nope.
How was it?
I have read Ragman.
How was it? Because I forgot who wrote it. I know I follow him on Twitter. I just forgot his name.
What, the most recent Ragman one?
Yeah, the one they just released. I believe it already came out. I have to go look.
Yeah, it came out. Wait, any Ragman?
But he's an awesome character. I'm so happy he's finally getting his own series. But here's the weird thing about Ragman. As part of this miniseries, the last arc of Batwoman.
Yes, I saw him in that. And that's because I'm trying to remember. Because he also did Gotham by Midnight, right?
No, Gotham by Midnight was done by Ray Fox.
I think that was Gotham Gaslight.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Gotham by Midnight and I, Vampire. I believe he also did that too.
No, Gotham Gaslight is a different story.
I have it up. Apparently, this came out a couple weeks ago. It's
yeah. Anyway, how was the issue? Because I'm glad he finally got a series again, just to see him. I haven't seen him since, well, besides Batwoman and since the Shadow Pack, which Batman Metal. They showed the Oblivion Bar. They showed Nightmaster. Detective Chimp. Yeah, they showed all these guys again. I'm glad.
Something interesting though. I watch Arrow, and Ragman has showed up on Arrow. They kept pretty much almost everything about him from the comics, except they changed the city where he's from. In the comics, he's from Gotham City. In the show, he's from a town called Haven Rock, which was destroyed by a missile.
What? That's just stupid. Wait. I know why you did that. Because they can't mention Batman.
Actually,
yeah, so they changed the Haven Rock, but essentially it's the same character from the comics, and his costume looks a little bit different than it does in the comics.
Actually, another thing I would like to know is what's up with Scott Snyder recounting all these metals? Like Dr. Fate helmets made of metal, steel sledgehammers apparently made of metal. So is Wonder Woman gauntlets.
Wait, what?
I have no idea.
Wait, back up. Let me get this straight. I get steel hammer. I can understand it. Dr. Fate's helmet. Okay, fine.
That can't be possible because Dr. Fate's helmet is actually just a vessel just to connect you to Naboo, which is in its own pocket.
Yeah, that doesn't really make any sense.
But then again, If Metal storyline is interesting though, because it's apparently it's from the Dark Universe and it has all these weird properties. And apparently, that's where metahumans. That's how we got metahumans in the positive universe.
Speaking of Dark Metal, I did we changed her origin with the whole Aftermath, and oh boy, we got a new kid coming in. What are you doing? A Spider-Man copy.
Oh yeah, because right now they're doing the Flash crossover with Red Death. The Merciless actually he had an interesting backstory because at the end I actually like that plot twist.
Yep.
With Bruce did. Where he just basically lied. Yeah, for a moment he's the only one who told Steve Trevor the truth that he killed Wonder Woman. He basically killed her to get a hold of the helmet so he can use it to kill Ares. So in this version, Batman actually willingly murdered a fellow member of the Justice League.
Yeah, it's dark. Like, any opinion on God War Batman? When?
The Merciless, because then we also got the Devastator coming out this week.
Wait, I'm looking forward to that one. Wait.
Yeah,
wait, what story?
The Devastator. Well, Merciless came out last week. Well, yeah, and
kind of with the spin-offs of the tie-ins, whatever you call them.
Yeah, they're just all they're cool one-shots.
Looks like an arrow.
Because all we got left is Devastator and the Batman Who Laughs.
That was so stupid.
Let me see.
Yeah, this is what Ragman looks like an arrow, but the actor, great job.
Yeah, that design just looks really, really weird.
Yeah, I know it's odd, but at least the actor does a great job with it. I have heard from an article that the creator, one of the co-creators of Wild Dog, is not happy with the change of costume.
Look like too much like Red Hood.
Actually,
apparently now he's just a ripoff of Vigilante for some reason.
Actually, I'm trying to figure out, is Wild Dog...
Vigilante is already on there, though. He's on the show.
Yeah.
Wild Dog is a creation of Max Allen Collins and... let's see. Wild Dog was created by... when it comes up on here. It was created by Max Allen Collins and Terry Beatty.
Yeah, okay. And they don't like how Ragman looks kind of like Wild Dog?
No,
they like Wild Dog.
The artist basically does not like the change of costume for season 6. He didn't like that at all. He has no problem with the actor. He did not like the change of costume for season 6.
Okay. Actually, because you brought up Wild Dog, and I'm trying to wonder because I know in the 3-part Green, I don't think it's 2 or 3-part of Green Lantern, we met up with Arsenal Roy again. They had a whole bunch of dudes going out calling themselves Wild Dog, the Wild Dog Pack. But we also have Wild Dog, and Cape Carson has a cybernetic eye.
Weird.
Actually, also the middleman was actually in Cape Carson as well. Plus, I'm enjoying what I have to remember his name because he's from that band, My Chemical Romance. He's Mike Jarrett's, I think his name is something like that. Who does Doom Patrol, and I love that.
It's really weird, but awesome.
Point. It's like what X-Men be if it was really, really weird.
Like acid trip.
Yeah, I would love for him and Grant Morrison to do another Doom Patrol just to see how really weird they can take it.
That would be cool. Speaking of Dark Metal, I wanted to ask you guys when I read the article. What's your opinion on the new character by Dan DiDio, that Spider-Man character?
It's not a Spider-Man character. I'm just gotta fucking tell you that.
I know.
Wait, what's Spider character?
He does not have no traits of Spider-Man at all.
What's the name of it? Oh, Jarrett Way. Yes, Jarrett Way from My Chemical Romance writes it. Anyway, what's the name of this character so I can look at it?
Ben, you know what the guy's name is, but I forget.
No, because it was like days ago.
Hang on, I'll try to find the article.
Hey, Jeremy, this is what the new Wild Dog costume looks like now in Arrow.
I will say this: it looks better than what the one in the comics because the one in the comic he's just wearing a jersey, hockey mask.
Yeah, and I like this new design at all. I mean, it feels like Wild Dog despite the upgrade. And when I first saw the costume in live action, when I see him using a shotgun, I had the you ever heard from Resident Evil where when people get into that the live action parody of basically saying about whole thing of having a shotgun. It's like, I've got a shotgun, and and he basically fired a shotgun in his first time he's seen, and he looks like a freaking badass. And I don't have a problem with the new design because it looks like Wild Dog despite the change. But at least you can say that, yeah, this is Wild Dog despite the change.
Oh, wait. Did they keep his military background?
Yes. I don't know if in the comics he was military at all because in the show he's ex-Navy.
Yes, actually, that's in the one they're using in Cape Carson. He's ex-Navy, and he's using his military background. The difference is he just has a pair of blue jeans, a hockey mask, and a jersey on, shooting and killing people. But that version, it looks better because it's more realistic. Like, he's actually going to be like the Punisher. He's treating the war as a crime as a war. And he's doing what the Punisher would have done. Armor and
yeah,
weapons.
But the thing is, one big difference between Wild Dog is comic version and the show version. Show, he's a father. He's a single father. He has a daughter. As far as I know in the comics, Wild Dog did not have a child.
No, his sister was killed.
Yeah, from what I've seen in the Cape Carson,
his girlfriend, who was a mobster's daughter, was killed, and he inherited all her money.
And this reminds me of Helena Bertinelli, how she uses how her family used to be the mafia, and she's pissed off because the mafia whacked her parents off, and she used that as an excuse to get back at them. Hypocrisy is
and the way that the people who do Birds of Prey is that they pretty much kind of, in a way, brought back in her pre-Flashpoint origin story. The origin story done by the original creators of the character.
Yeah, in the first issue of the Rebirth, and she actually shot and killed the man. Like she said, she's gonna give him a few Hail Marys while she hunts all the these mobsters down. And I'm glad that
who created the Helen Bertinelli Huntress is Joey Calavari and Joe Staten.
How do you guys feel about the new Cassandra Sanders, that the one Earth Prime hot girl?
I'm pretty happy about that. Why? Because I am done with Earth 2. I'm glad Earth 2 is done with, because frankly, we need a little hot girl back, and I'm glad she's back. Maybe you can only go to other candidates.
But she's where the multiverse.
The book has not bothered to explain yet, and it's 3 issues in, and they've not bothered to explain of how and when did Mr. Terrific get back from Earth 2.
I just want the Helena. I want the Helena Batman to get a story.
Same.
Well, actually, first they actually been explaining that since Earth 2, well, I don't know why Benny also brought this up, but Mr. Terrific, as New 52 started, he's from Earth Prime, not from Earth 2. But they said ever since World's End, and he got a hold of a mother box, he's been jumping back and forth from Earth Prime to Earth 2.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody knows this. He's gone back to his pre-Flashpoint look.
Yes, which is nice. I actually like him.
I'm going back to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with either his original look or his New 52 look. It's fine. I don't have a really big problem with it. It wasn't a change that I had a problem with. As far as I've heard, I heard complaints about the changes to the costume for Superman, Wonder Woman, a lot of the other characters.
They couldn't take care of
Mr. Terrific. I heard 0 complaints about the change of his costume.
briefs. People are so used to the briefs.
Yep. Indeed. The briefs are iconic.
But then he also had that court
case. Do you know who created the Michael Hope Mr. Terrific?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
John Ostrander.
For some reason, my mind was going to Steve Ditko for some odd reason.
Yeah, he created him during his toward the end of his run for Spectre, back in the 90s.
Oh, and the video I said actually had all the new characters for Metal.
We also have 2 different versions of Mr. Terrific, because the Mr. Terrific from Earth 2 was the one that was the original Mr. Terrific that kidnapped Michael and brought him to Earth 2.
Yeah, Terry Salone.
The original Mr. Terrific.
So you guys can discuss the whole
thing about this guy is that pre-Flashpoint, the guy's been dead since the 1970s. He got killed off in one of those annual crossovers between the Justice League and the JSA when they had the original multiverse, and he got killed by a character known as the Spirit King. And after Crisis on Infinite Earths, they kept this story canon for years.
Oh, and answer your question, Rain, it's going to also be about the road to Doomsday, because I actually want to see what y'all think about what's going on in Doomsday Clock, since it literally starts next month.
Yeah, but the weird thing is, I'm not sure why Snyder is doing this, where after releasing 3 issues, issue 4 doesn't come out. It's like, oh, wait 2 months for the next issue. Why?
February.
Yeah, which I know for a fact they have another tie-in crossover, which I knew nothing about this.
Who's that? A new 52 deadline
at the end of, I think it was after the issue of Flash, the Bats from Hell crossover.
Wait, which one, Ray?
I remember when New 52 came out, they had a big delay on the comic for the next issue.
You talking about Trinity? Either Trinity War or Forever Evil. That was because of the artist.
Yeah, I think then featured then.
Forever Evil, I think, the reason why 6 and 7 came out so late is because they had art issues. And John and them didn't tell anybody. Then again, that was back then when they had piss poor hands. But I'm actually excited for Doomsday Clock as well, because I believe he said it's going to be 12 it's going to be a 12-issue thing.
And no tie-in. Thank God.
And it starts off.
As far as I know, for Maxi series for DC, for a big event, this is the first time since Crisis on Infinite Earths that story's been 12 issues long.
Well, we also had 52.
So now, is it a 2-week issue, or is it a monthly issue?
I think it's weekly.
It's gonna be a bi-weekly.
Yeah, but 52 and but 52 was a weekly series. I'm talking about a monthly 12-issue miniseries. I mean, the last really big one they did that was an event was Crisis, but the last one DC did, off the top of my head, I mean, currently doing Bank Conquest. But before that, the last known one I can think of was probably the Shade Maxi series by James Robinson.
It's 12 issues.
Wait. What about Brightest Day?
Brightest Day was not 12 issues, it was 24 issues. And it was released bi-monthly.
Wait, well, what about Blackest Night?
Because that's a big event itself.
I believe, if you count issues, there are like 9 issues.
Because I'm also trying to think, well, how long was Infinite Crisis? Because I got that as well.
Infinite Crisis, I believe, was 7 issues.
I know. Final Crisis was 8, I believe. It was 8 issues, which they also did not add in.
Yeah, but the thing with that crossover was, if you look at all the limited series crossovers DC did from 1986 to about, let's say, 2011 Flashpoint, Final Crisis was the only one done by Grant Morrison.
Yeah, and didn't give any redivisions or anything or edit it out. He did it all in one go with one draft.
Yeah. And here's the thing.
But then again,
Pierre J. Tomasi basically kind of brought the you know how that one part of the story where Darkseid apparently killed Batman and the whole thing of him going back in time. Pierre J. Tomasi brought that into canon as well.
Yeah. Yeah, basically they ended it with the road. Yeah, they brought up the road home, and somebody actually brought that up about the Batman Who Laughs, because if you read The Drowned, he can breathe underwater apparently.
Yeah.
He's not completely human. And somebody said, if you look at the Batman Return of Bruce Wayne, if you look at how Batman went through all the time, he also had a theory that what if the Dog Multiverse also had their own version of Darkseid, which is even
probably
a
lot
dark version than we have.
The regular universe Darkseid.
Is that what they can call it? Light side?
Light side.
Please.
Has anybody noticed this for the evil Batman, where they're all just basically Batman with the powers of the Justice League?
Which I basically said it was forever evil. Basically, that's how you saw
with
basically
the
it was just the Justice League.
The recent one shot that came out, which apparently he took the powers not from Wonder Woman,
Ares.
but from Ares.
The God of War.
Yeah. Which the next one, what is the next one shot coming out for?
It comes up this week, and it's about Batman who became Doomsday.
Yep, and Devastator, Devastator who basically fought Superman.
I love Murder Machine. Murder Machine and Red Death is the best. Those are the best.
Yeah, and I know the last one shot is going to be The Man Who Laughs. That's going to be the last of
the one. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking forward to. And after that is going to be the search. It's going to be the search for Hawkman.
Yeah, it's Hawkman Found. That's what it's called. Which I think is supposed to be a follow-up to the Death of Hawkman miniseries.
Yeah, actually, what's up with that? Actually, what's with the rise and the fall and rise of Captain Atom?
It was interesting series, but at least it's the first time Captain Atom featured anything since Firestorm.
Yeah, that story was
he
really
had his
great.
own series. He like what 8 is his own little series went up to like 8 issues, then it got canceled, like Hawk and Dove and Mr.
For 12 issues and issue 0. After that ended, he popped up in Firestorm for a few issues, where he got to several different timelines, and he wasn't seen again for a long time.
Actually, I hope he in Doomsday Clock, and he meets Dr. Manhattan, and he can see who Dr. Manhattan can see. He's based off of Captain Atom.
That'll be very cool.
Okay. Hawkman Found is going to be done by Jeff Lemire with artwork by Brian Hitch.
Oh, well, Jeff Lemire's not a bad writer.
Yeah, which I think this is actually his first DC work he's done since he left Justice League United and Green Arrow.
That and he's coming back with the Terrifics, which I'm also looking forward to. Because apparently Phantom Lady's coming in.
The series was done by Mark Andreino.
Actually, what do you guys think about the lineup for Terrifics? Mr. Terrific, we got Metamorpho, we got Plastic Man who's finally coming back.
I'm happy about this. Why?
It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
I'm glad Metamorpho came back, and his new origin story the new story that was done in Legends of Tomorrow, actually a pretty decent one. It's kind of like a retelling of his classic origin story. Not much has changed except the fact that after he became Metamorpho, he apparently wore, you know how basically you see pictures of the pre-Flash Metamorpho where the other piece of clothing wears the Speedo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was just part of
this version wears no clothing at all. He's
elements
naked.
made of his body. Actually, I would like if they actually changed out Metamorpho for Element Woman because she was underutilized during Jeff Johns' run, and I've never.
Yeah, all she did was that she appeared she joined the Justice League, and then she took part in Trinity War. After that, she completely disappeared. She got sucked into the Firestorm Matrix, came out, forced to join a version of the Doom Patrol, which Johns was writing the chief like Grant Morrison wrote him.
Like you mean
it was basically during the Major Virus arc, which I
actually it's weird because
that was before Major Virus. That was actually just after Forever Evil. It was basically what happened to her. And then right after the arc ended, Element Woman was never seen again.
Oh.
Yeah, and the Doom Patrol was never seen because the Doom Patrol is coming out right now. That's everything that's coming out in Young Animal is canon to what's going on in Rebirth.
Which I'm pretty fond of.
I have heard this from that particular factor. I heard that from Jodie Foster herself.
Yeah, actually, I just asked Mitch Garrett, and apparently somebody from this fan, My Chemical Romance Twitter, they said it's canon. So, but the thing is, the Chief is paralyzed in this version. One thing I would really love to see from Mother Panic if she takes part in a Batman story, because she's in Gotham City, so I don't see why not. Or how about have her who would cross over with Batwoman? Wait, I thought she already did a crossover because they actually featured Batwoman on some of her covers. I didn't know if she popped in yet. She guest starred for a couple issues. Batman has popped up for a couple issues as well. Cameos. But the thing is. No, actually, he didn't make an actual physical appearance, and she actually talked to him. Though the way Jodie Foster writes her is that she constantly drops F-bombs. Oh, she curses like hell. Oh, dude, she beats the crap out of people. She's constantly cursing. She also flips off the paparazzi. Like she really wrote this as like
you puppies.
Despite that, when it comes to her, she doesn't kill. I have never seen where she kills anybody in her comic book at all. Everybody, they get beat up, but they all live. No, she follows that Batman policy where we beat them and give them with either a brain damage or a concussion and a couple of broken bones, but we will not kill them. Because letting them live and suffer is way better.
Yep.
Yeah, and one thing I can tell by the book is that it's implied that Violet, the woman who is Mother Panic, might be a lesbian.
Sure, why not?
I got that vibe the moment I looked at her. It's like some people, you just get that vibe the moment you look at them. Like,
I mean, Kate Kane, people knew right away she was a lesbian because, well, hair's short and she's into women.
She's butch. She's been in the military. They pretty much gave off this whole tomboy spiel and submitted it by flat out saying that she was gay. But apparently they didn't want to actually have her in a gay marriage for some reason, 352 or in a new 52. And,
yeah, it was because of Dan DiDio. Blame him for that stupid nonsense.
Yeah, Dan
forcing creators off of book because they actually want to do something good.
And then the writer, one of the writers left off of Green Lantern Corps because they wanted to kill Jon Stewart.
Yeah, that was really infuriating. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, and also I heard something that, Dan DiDio said, none of our superheroes are married. And I heard something Jeff Johns said, I was like, really? I never knew anything about that because he was writing that Aquaman and Mira were still married.
Oh, no. Yeah, Jeff Johns. That was during the Rebirth panel. Jeff Johns brought that up, and Dan DiDio also brought up the fact that him and Dick Grayson have this interesting relationship where you trying to constantly murder the man.
Yeah, what the hell?
Like Joe Quesada hates marriage, he hates Dick, and he thinks they both they're better off dead.
Yeah, that pissed me off. But as a fan, I was mad.
How do you feel about Sam Humphries taking over Nightwing?
About that. Like, I'm happy, but at the same time, though, I'm kind of concerned because I kind of like basically the other writer who wrote.
Wait, isn't Tim Seeley also writing Hellblazer? Or is he taking over Hellblazer?
As far as I think he's, I know he's on Hellblazer right now, but I heard a rumor he might be going up for the Green Lanterns.
No, he's going. Him and Sam Humphries are trading. He's about to take. They only got one more issue left, and then him and Sam Humphries are switching titles.
Yeah, I don't really get why in the world after
25
the way the story is going, it looks like Bloodhaven, and I'm looking at that. I'm like, why? I've been waiting so long for Nightwing to go back to Bloodhaven. You bring back the Bloodhaven issue, I believe it was issue 10, and then like 24 issues later, we leave Bloodhaven, and yet when Chuck Dix and Devin Grayson had him in Bloodhaven, they have him in Bloodhaven for like 100 issues.
Actually, Green Lanterns, they're about to leave. They're going back to Earth, and they're actually going to start looking for normal. Tim Seeley's going to have them looking for like normal jobs and do some of these weird. It's basically what Jon Stewart and Guy Gardner was doing during Green Lantern Corps. How they want to.
That should be interesting. That should be interesting because I like that book. That book that's very good.
But I talked to Sam Humphries. He had an interview on Comic Book Resource that basically summed up a lot of things. He wants to do another interesting thing where he wants to find him another city.
Wait, why?
He could be a hero. I don't know.
But Bloodhaven is his city. That's his home.
That's the thing. Everybody like just like what Robert Venditti did to Green Lanterns, how he basically wrote out everything Jeff Johns did for the embodiments. He wants to put his own take on it.
God damn it!
Yeah.
He wants to leave a mark.
Here's something really weird. Do you remember this one character people kind of remember seeing in the comic books post Flashpoint, and he's currently on TV on The Flash, and yet no one sees him since his ongoing series ended?
Who? Raptor? Wait.
Vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Vibe.
Actually, they were talking about hints. They're hinting at Vibe as well.
Oh, by the way, I found a preview for Devastator, and but we have Lobo.
So Lobo, but actually, that's kind of classic because Volume 2 to come out. I'm waiting for Volume 2 to come out for JLA to see what's going on with the whole, because it's going to actually end up touching up on the Palmer storyline.
Yeah, that storyline just wrapped up, and it was a pretty interesting storyline. I got handed to Steve Orlando for doing a pretty good job with the storyline. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it was really good. But I told Tivia who's going to be the villain of next arc, and he's like, and I think you're like, really? They bring this guy back? Of whole people, they bring back freaking Prometheus.
Yep. The same person who Cry for Justice.
The same person that everybody hates from Cry for Justice. The same person who basically killed off Roy Dark.
But here's kind of the weird thing about it. I remember this guy popping up in the Midnighter series Steve Orlando did. So, okay. So Steve Orlando brings back a character he previously written. I would not be surprised by anybody. I don't think anyone would be surprised if Midnighter made a guest star appearance in JLA.
Also, I just read Steve Orlando's Supergirl. It's actually a pretty series. I like what they did with Cyborg Superman.
It's really good. It's actually really good. I have to read that book.
Then I also read Suicide Squad Volume 1 because I got that. I also got Harley Quinn Volume 1. I just bought Suicide Squad versus the JLA.
Okay.
I just got Volume 2 of I know I got Nightwing and all that.
Classic Captain 695.
I'll show you guys my entire DC Rebirth collection because
that's pretty cool.
I have very few DC
Wait.
trades. I have the first 2 volumes that released for the current Nightwing run. I had the first volumes for Deathstroke, JLA,
almost
and
for
Mother
Justice
Panic.
League because it's terrible.
Yeah, and Just Like America, I have Just Like America, and Mother Panic. That's all I got. And the most recent book I got was Deathstroke. I'm hoping. Oh, okay, that's really weird. I'm hoping next time I go to Barnes & Noble that I get my hands on the second volume of Deathstroke and maybe like the first trade for Green Arrow.
Hang on a second. And here's my comics collection.
Yeah, the article I gave you guys at the explain that I've been doing 3 weeks.
Put it on there. I can see that.
That's a lot of trades. I don't even have a bookshelf room. I don't have room on my shelf for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of trades.
This is all pre-52 right here.
Do you have any trades that publish under New 52?
This Flash, because that's the only one besides Flash and Batman. That's about it.
There's 52 other good books I recommend. They'll publish under New 52. I would recommend the second run of Deathstroke, the one Tony S. Daniel started. Him and James Mooney. Yeah, that was a pretty good run. That was before the Crystal Priest run.
Yeah, all 52.
Let's see. Trying to think
No Man's Land.
There's Titans Hunt.
There's JLA. I got JLA Grant Morris Earth 2. I got Starman, the JSA by Jeff Johns.
I see the 52 trades on your shelf.
Yeah, I got the Supergirl by Legion of Superheroes by Mark Waid. I also got the Legion of Superheroes by Mark Waid. I got the Jeff Johns Green Lanterns right here. The Grant Morrison, all the Crisis.
I have here's my Grant Morrison's run for Batman. I have 2 out of the 3 his 3 books. The only one I do not own is Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul.
Guys, you must know Brian Hitch is returning to the Authority with Ellis.
Wait, what happened?
Brian is going at the Wildstorm, and he's going free to return the Authority.
Well, as long as he's off the Justice League.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Because, oh my God, I was not feeling anything in Justice League crimes.
Yeah, I agree. Justice League is bad. Anything on the legacy story?
Actually, I haven't read almost nothing of Justice League. I don't know what's going on in Cyborg. I'm slowly catching up with Nightwing.
I dropped Cyborg a long time ago.
Yeah, but like I showed you, that's damn near almost all of everything that's going on in in Rebirth. I got almost everything Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
Got is Cyborg. Don't want Cyborg. Doesn't see
I want Cyborg either.
Justice League is terrible. Like I said, Brian Hitch is good at setting up events. He's piss poor at executing the stories.
Yeah, he kind of reminded of Bendis, but I like Bendis. You're gonna like it's a good story. Hitch, I know it takes forever to like get storylines.
Oh, and I got this other. There's other things I've got. I'm waiting for Super Sons to come out again. I'm waiting. I got all 3 volumes of Batman and Robin. Would love if they did another Batman and Robin Rebirth by Peter Tomasi. That would be awesome. On the art.
Actually, the thing I would love the Super Sons. So that's Young Justice crossover for that'd be pretty cool. 10 minute content will return soon. Okay,
right now, there's only a few people I can think of that are both artists and writers for DC, which is Patrick Gleason, Francis Manapul. I believe Tony S. Daniel is also one of them. Tony S. Daniel, Jim Lee, but God knows when you work with Jim Lee, you better expect some delays.
Mm-hmm.
Of anybody else, I'm trying to remember. I know there's some other people in DC and Marvel who can actually write and draw at the same time. Issues of Trinity was great, especially I love Princess Menopause artwork.
It's Trinity amazing. I love Trinity. I have to own that trade.
Trinity's kind of weird because it's kind of moving, shifting back and forth between Trinity. Then we got the Outlaw Trinity. Then we have the Dark. Well, we can't even call it the Dark Duo. It's not even a Trinity because Lex Luthor is not part of it.
You took the Dark Trinity, which is awesome.
Duo.
I'm excited about the Dark.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the Dark Trinity, but you can't call it a Dark Trinity if there's only 2 people involved.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I'm trying to understand, why are they all together? Like, what? Who's trying to bring this Trinity together? Because I know Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman finally is aware that somebody is screwing around with time. And what do you think about the odds effect going on so far?
Oh, I wanted to talk about that actually because holy shit!
Yes, I see that awesome. He's trying to get. Yes, I see he's trying to get his grandson in on it.
Yep.
I don't know if he's trying to use him as a pawn, because I'm starting to think that Dr. Manhattan is trying to do to Superman what he did to Batman, how he kept the original timeline alive.
By the way, I found the sources funny for the new character, the kind of that meadow.
Wait,
his name is Sideways.
That's not a Spider-Man ripoff. I mean, he kind of gives you that.
Yeah.
He doesn't even really give you an impression of Spider-Man.
Yeah. Basically, Dan is writing the origin for him. Which okay, Dan, you want to call your own character? Go for it. I want to stop.
Go down. Wow.
Let's see. February 7th.
Immortal Man. Oh, Immortal Man by James Tynion. Yes, James Tynion IV. He also can write and draw.
Yep. That kind of thing.
Oh, go down one more. New character.
Image.
No, that's not it, then. No. I think her name is supposed to be the Silencer. That's the one by Dan Abnett and John Romita Jr. both helped co-create this character.
Who is she? I never heard of her.
Basically, she's an ex-checkmate or ex-Argus assassin.
Apparently, she been at a Pavitalia or something, and she went to kill her. I don't know. It's weird.
She used to work for one of those government agencies. Wait, let me see. Okay, yeah, we got Dark Knight's Metal. Yes, that's the one I'm talking about. Got to bring this back up to Nick, because that's what I was talking about. He was hinting at a Swamp Thing.
Yeah, by Tom King. Wait, that's pretty cool.
Wait, when's it come out?
Dark Knight.
Swamp Thing Winter Special.
January.
$8.
Oh, Ren, I was going to ask, what you think about Sam Humphries taking over Nightwing?
What did he write?
He's writing the current Green Lantern story with
him and Lee are switching books. Sam Humphries is going to take over Nightwing and over Green Lanterns. So, and he's talking about he wants to take he wants to put him in another city, and at least that's the vibe he's giving off from these interviews, because he said he wants to do his own take, like every other writer. They want to put their own unique take on it. So I guess he wants to put Nightwing in a new city of his own.
Which I'm kind of against that. I'm more of being Bloodhaven.
I don't really don't mind that at all. Just don't give him a love interest and then force it to be broken up.
See, that's the same thing I'm like they brought up this girl, I forgot her name. They brought her up. They made her out to be his girlfriend, and they keep bringing Barbara Gordon up. They brought up this little pregnancy scare.
Which I was all for it. I would have loved it. Oh, I found the signal. But
yeah, Batman in the signal.
So gross. Beat it. Burn it in hell.
Yellow outfit with a helmet on. That's all that is. And apparently he's a metahuman. At least that's what Dark Knight is giving us, that nth metal gives you metahuman powers. Oh, Nick, Tavia just showed that Tom King, he showed the book Tom King was going to do. It's the Swamp Thing special. Yeah,
There's I'll go back
Raven.
Yeah.
Which makes me so happy.
Yeah, Tom King was hinting that he was going to do a Swamp Thing book.
Yep.
Okay.
I like what he did in Batman.
Yeah, it's an 8-page one-shot. That should be interesting.
One thing I can praise, I think the reason why they're doing this because both creators passed away just this year. I mean, Bernie Weinstein passed away roughly 7 months ago, and Lean Wee passed away last month.
Apparently, it's been defeated the final Swamp Thing story from Montreal Len Wayne will be in it. So
I know this off topic, but did Marvel do anything to honor him? Like, since he helped also with Wolverine and stuff, did they do anything to honor him?
Probably not. No.
As far as I know, no. In the case of Jack Kirby this year, they made one of his best characters turn into a villain for no reason, though they kind of fixed that.
Yeah, Captain America.
It's kind of like anybody. It's like anybody like him or Lean Ween. It's like Marvel just doesn't care.
No, if it's not Stan Lee, and if you're not Stan Lee, because anything involving that's sideways. He doesn't like I was telling you. He doesn't look nothing like Spider-Man.
Yep. So and you're right.
If you look at the mask and the costume design, and the way he moves, he kind of reminds me of Spider-Man, even though he's a similar look, except he's got a different color scheme.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to wall crawl. That's what it looks like. He's trying to wall crawl. That's the only vibe you can get off of that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
everything else, no.
DC, they've been honoring Jack Kirby so hard with the new God specials and the Kamali challenge.
Let's see what's coming out.
Oh, and Mr. Miracle. You cannot forget the awesome Mr. Miracle series by Tom King.
Yes.
I'm
really waiting for Kamali challenge to come out and trade in a deluxe form because I really want to read that.
Oh,
I mean,
I've been seeing this book from Tony Daniel. He actually did a cover for Batman number 800.
Ooh! Oh God, look at this.
That's what Bane Con. Oh, they're doing another Bane Ninja Turtles with Batman again.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually already knew about this. Well, this is the third miniseries they've done together because the previous one was a crossover between the animated series and the 2012 series. Oh, it's done by the same creative team did the first one. That's interesting.
Yeah, James
that's awesome.
Doesn't Tony S. Daniel also write and draw? The industry can write and draw at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, go back up to Batwoman.
Okay.
Okay. Why isn't Margie Bennett on that book? Why is it Kay Perkins, the writer who does Superwoman?
I don't know. I don't want to.
It's odd. But I'm glad Bill St. Kevin is still doing covers because the guy is a damn good artist.
Actually, Black Lightning. I need to get back on these comic book websites because for the last couple of times, for the last months, it's been kind of iffy.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to Bleeding Cool because they make up a lot of crap.
Speaking of politics, yeah, I put something about Trump basically on Facebook, and oh boy, a lot of people are gonna get pissed off. But basically, trying to fight them all year. I think I put it on Facebook, so I'll find it. Hang on.
You guys think they should also give Connell another name since he's coming back? Like John now.
I think
or something.
I think you can have both Superboys because.
Okay, here's the thing.
Well, at one point we had two.
Here's the thing. We have two Wally Wests, all right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Flash name. And one kept the Kid Flash. Now
Yep.
for Superboy, you can't have two Superboys. Okay. You got to call them something else. You can call them either by his Kryptonian name, since Jonathan's Kryptonian name is John now.
Yep. Oh, by the way, I found the article. Probably John on Trump.
With Connor is that I have heard he's supposed to show up in this storyline, but as far as I can tell, for the current storyline, A Living Place of Living, there's only like 2 issues left.
Wait, which one? Oh yes, because the unquotable Trump. They basically did all the famous covers and then just put Donald Trump in them. Get that one? I gotta see these. And they're actually making Donald Trump comics?
Yeah, and he's getting mad. apparently, from it.
I think it's supposed to be a parody of a Wonder Woman cover.
Yep. With one punch in the face.
If you really want to make a parody of something, do like Black Panther, Black Lightning. You know, do a black character.
Hey, look, Sin City.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Oh, that was really cool. Did Frank Miller do that cover? I wonder if he did. No, it's somebody else, but it's a Frank Miller inspired cover. I haven't read the entirety of Sin City. I've read a few of the stories. But the stories I have read are really good.
Yep.
And
for a lot of people, Sin City was actually one of the last good books Frank Miller has ever done.
Yeah, because now it's just this all-star Batman around. He's just gone downhill into his insanity.
Ooh, an aim for Deathstroke.
We have television to get involved. That's pretty cool. Also, part 2. Okay.
Oh yeah, there's the Deathstroke.
Yeah, there's one thing I've been bugging me about Deathstroke. Oh, I can't wait to for Deadman to come out. I noticed at the end of the most recent issue for Deathstroke, it ended with him confronting the Secret Service supervillains, and yet for some reason Killer Frost is part of the roster, even though that she's on the JLA. This made no sense.
Wait. Etrigan's getting the title? Etrigan's getting the title now?
Wait,
That seems great. Yeah, because it's just the demon, and Etrigan is the demon.
After the horrible act, is your high-end 13 Etrigan blood and Xander.
Speaking of Jack Kirby, Kirby created he created the demon. He created this character.
Which is, I'm surprised they didn't anybody do anything for Etrigan or the Newsboy Legion or the Guardian? Make any new titles for that?
I'm actually enjoying Gotham City Garage. It's pretty good.
As far as I know,
Max for the day.
Yeah, but I've read the entirety of the Demon series. I've read the original Jack Kirby run, which is really good, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I've read the volume that was done by one of the writers for Volume 3, which one of the writers for that one was the same writer who did Hitman, Garth Ennis.
Who's carrying Ollie?
It's Black Canary.
Yeah, Black Canary carrying Green Arrow.
Wait,
oh,
so
we got Flash World coming out, but that's gonna be interesting.
Oh yeah, they're still doing the trial of 2 cities where he's basically going to trial for murder.
Yeah, we have Green Lanterns with my Tin series, which I think.
Say, is that Harley Quinn on the cover of that one?
I'm not sure.
Oh, that's not Harley Quinn. Who the heck is that one?
Kind of reminds me of Grail and Eclipso when he took over. What's her suit did he buy?
Apparently,
yeah, but as for Eclipso himself, I know the Eclipso Diamond made a recent appearance in the court, just like versus Suicide Squad. As for the original Eclipso, nope, he has not made a physical appearance yet.
Actually,
because
the new 52 version, he was in Amethyst.
Oh yeah, he appeared in there.
World.
But yeah, it wasn't Bruce Gordon. It was somebody else who was Eclipso showed up in Team 7. He showed up there. He showed up in All-Star Western and Catwoman.
Actually, this looks interesting. Zod going against Green Lanterns now. That's actually.
I told you about shooting an action comment.
As far as I know, this has never happened before at all. Wait. Zod has never fought Hal Jordan.
Oh wait, Frank Terry's taking over Harley Quinn. Not Amanda Conner and Jim Palmiotti, because Harley Quinn, Frank Terry's writing it.
Yeah, Amanda Conner is leaving.
Oh, they finally got done with. They finally got done with her. After like, how many issues have they done of Harley Quinn? Plus the miniseries, all these little.
I forget.
A lot.
Richard Catteray supposed to be taking over, or somebody. I think that's him supposed to be taking over for.
What? Take over from Tim Seeley?
For Hellblazer.
Yeah, looks. I know Tim Seeley just wrapped up the recent story for issue 15. This arc must be like 3 issues because issue 15 just came out for that, and that was the conclusion to that storyline.
Wow, this guy was really more of it. It's really freaky.
Yeah, and they keep killing off people.
Yep.
That's the problem.
Well, that's injustice for you.
That's the thing with injustice. They kill off everybody. Oh, Mr. Gu, I want to talk about this for a minute. This was a series originally listed for DCU, but never came out, and now it is.
Wait, it's supposed to come out during DCU? Oh, thank God it didn't.
Yeah,
this was originally supposed to come out as part of DCU. It was one of those miniseries never came out. Along with Raven. Raven was part of that lineup, but Raven later came out. Katana was supposed to have one, but that was made part of the first Suicide Squad Most Wanted series.
So this is all about Zatanna when she's younger.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Apparently Faust involved too, which is interesting.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to not feature Zatanna. It's supposed to feature somebody else.
Yeah, I see Faust. I see Faust is in there. They see. Go back up, Tavia. I saw Felix Faust. Matt. No, I was trying to read the synopsis because I saw.
Sorry. I meant. Continue.
Yeah, because I see Faust. I see Zatanna, and that's it.
Yep. Oh, can you not even dealing with buying Subject Free? Could the police taking over?
Oh,
Yes.
hey, look at the price tag for Mystic U. It's like $5.99. Why the heck would they charge that much for the book?
$6.
What is
Damn
this,
it.
Marvel?
No.
48 pages.
Oh.
Then it's
Issue
worth
2.
it.
Maybe the series was originally supposed to be
Only 3 issues too.
Oh,
Only
three
3
issues. Huh.
Yeah, so
That does it.
A bi-monthly miniseries?
Looks like it.
Just like 3 issues, just made it one come out once a month.
Yeah, they did the
could
same
we take
thing
a
with,
Subject Free, which I'm fine with that.
with the last Dead Man miniseries before the current one Neil Adams come out with. The last one come out every couple months as well.
Yep.
They did, man, because I saw that as well. Like, so when we came to the House of Secrets, or is that the House of Mystery?
It was I think it was like something with romance. I think it was. Yeah, and it was when you read the series, it's kind of like when you read the first issue. It kind of like they had 2 issues. It's like they originally planned this miniseries being 6 issues, but trimmed it down. But basically took the scripts for like it's like they combined the first 2 issues into the first issue, 3 and 4 for 2, and like.
Oh, they brought the Queen
like,
of Fables back. Yeah, they brought the Queen of Fables back. I haven't seen her since the Wonder Woman trade from like the early 2000s.
Yep.
Who's that?
She's coming back. Interesting.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't remember Queen of Fables.
She showed up in Justice League. It's with Grant Morrison and Mark Waid. I got the trade in my little bookcase. Fables and Wonder Woman had to take her on, and it had an interesting way how she defeated her. Because the way she defeated her was because the Queen of Fables could make any fairy tale into reality. So what Wonder Woman did was she trapped her in the federal text code, which has basically no fables.
Was
No
this around
nothing.
like the late 90s? The Queen of Fables?
Early, like she came around 2000. That's what the encyclopedia says.
This kind of reminds me of the first arc of Avengers after Heroes
Reborn.
Yeah, the one Kurt Busiek takes out the book and have Morgan Le Fay turn the Avengers into fairy tale characters.
Oh wait, there goes Nightwing by
Yay.
Sam Humphries. What's he making them go through?
Let's see. The Untouchable, we learned. Body the pilot and Bloodhaven. Tracking down the killer, we knowing the web of corruption and intrigue and put him in closet. Dick Grayson and Grace Cold Gate coming back to haunt him. If he got himself this time, it could destroy everything he built and he adopted a hometown. So, okay, that.
Oh, I'm so happy he's staying in Bloodhaven after Tim Seeley leaves.
Thank you. Yeah.
And he's staying in that freaking blue
Have
costume.
race for keeping in Bloodhaven.
Yep. Yay. Oh, now in the order.
Actually, how is that
that's
series?
an interesting cover.
I've read it. It's actually a pretty good series. I gotta hand it to Kyle Higgins. First time reading Nightwing since 2013. He 2014.
Party.
Actually, it's really good.
Oh, Palgo. Hi, Palgo.
Stroke at one point.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, he was the original writer before Rob Liefeld took
And he's
over.
writing
Cy Spurrier is doing Suicide Squad.
Wait, what?
Cy Spurrier.
What has he done?
Never heard of him.
Oh yeah, he was on X-Force. He was on X-Men Legacy Volume 2, the run where they had Legion as a starring character. You know, the son of Charles Xavier.
Yeah, I stopped reading Marvel. Like,
Yeah, he's got a few books. He's a pretty good writer. I don't have a problem with him at all.
Thanks for getting a new member.
But this is actually the first book I see him as a writer since the end of X-Force Volume 4.
Apparently, we're getting a new member to the squad.
Yeah, because they call it the Chosen One or the Chosen One. They're doing that little joke where it's one
Something
and
like
one.
Yeah. Oh, I love who they chose as the cover artist for that book. Eddie Burrows.
And we got Superman. And we still got Peter J. As long as Peter J. From that Midnight.
Is that Midnighter? Who's that?
Nope. Didn't actually get this. Super Saiyan tomorrow finale. With no George Batman tomorrow, bring in Titans tomorrow onto the Teen Titans. At those human son hanging the balance.
Oh, is that Nightwing? Is that the Nightwing that's from Titans of Tomorrow?
No. This is the Tim Drake, future Tim Drake from Titans tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yep.
Tim Drake from Titans of Tomorrow. That version.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and look at this. See the return of future Superman Connor Kent, Cassandra Sandmark, and Bart Allen.
Yep, and final battle every crossover.
Oh, Bart Allen's finally gonna come back. He's finally gonna make his first ever appearance.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
Oh, you take a look at this. You have 37, 38, and 39. 3 issues coming out in the month of January.
Yep. Yeah, Super Saiyans, which I am so happy. I can't wait. Yay! Oh.
The world is crumbling down because what's the big threat this time?
Superboy, one of my favorite Leprechaun of the match, Super Saiyan tomorrow. Have the emotional toll that affect their relationship with each other, the parents.
They're meeting their future. Well, he's meeting his, and Damien has to deal with Tim Drake becoming evil.
Probably. We're in the Outlaws.
Just their counterparts.
Yeah. Ooh. I like who's on the co-writing duties for Supergirl 17.
Oh, so they brought Queen Bee back. I haven't seen her since
Cyborg, I think.
I don't know. When was
Cyborg in the pages of Superman and Action Comics. It's been
that
a
was
while.
weird. I didn't get that story.
Oh, we got Joey Hauser. She's joining Supergirl.
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting. This is the second time they've actually worked together on a book because they did just like one shot. Oh, look, it's the final issue of Superwoman.
That sucks.
It's one of the lower selling books. It's one of the lower selling ones.
I love that book.
Yeah, I contact the comics I go to with them. Hey, how's Superwoman going? He's like, we don't sell it anymore.
Yeah.
But actually, let's be happy that at least this is the first casualty we see, and not a lot of books are starting to get the axe and rebirth as of yet.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I haven't read that. We have Teen Titans with issue 16. Following part 1, Aftermath Super Saiyan tomorrow with
Okay, so Wally West, the new 52 Wally West is coming back to the Titans?
We'll check it. No, I think they were in Titan to get blown up. Wait, when did that happen?
Probably 15.
Yep, probably during. So I guess
probably happened recently.
Oh, it's the Aftermath. Oh, Super Sons of Tomorrow. That's
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a lot of Titan.
Wait, who is Troy? Oh God, not another Troy origin story, please, not.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about this.
This is like the 6th one they've done for her.
Who is Troy?
Stop changing her damn origin story. You've already retold her origin story already. You had Meredith French do it less than 2 years ago, and yet you do it again.
Who is Donna Troy? We just had who is Artemis. Now we're having who is Donna Troy for the 6th or 7th time. Do we even care who Donna Troy was? The mistake to begin with, because they didn't realize that was Wonder Woman's younger version. So they just thought, oh wait, that's her sidekick.
Well,
not that bad.
Well, here's the kicker.
Yeah, I have no idea what the heck DC's problem is with Donna Troy.
Well,
I mean, they've been changing her origin story since the 60s.
But she's a happy mistake.
And she's made of freaking clay. And now they're going to change her origin story again?
Well, look, I got to say,
no damn sense at all.
Oh, here's the kicker. According to Twitter, it's Echo. The Titans attempt the weekend about after the epic Troya. Don, you get better feet yourself. Yep. That's same evil Troya after is your Titans.
No, that was that's Cassie.
Yeah.
From Titans of Tomorrow.
Ooh.
No, that's Titans tomorrow.
Trinity 17 written by James Robinson with Pat Zurcher on the artwork. That looks freaking amazing.
Yay! That's awesome.
So what they're doing up in Trinity? Go home for you here, part 1.
Ooh, that's interesting.
So they're still doing the whole. She doesn't know where Themyscira is. I thought they would have been done with that by now.
Yeah, that's the story line for the
Scarlet Terrace. Wait, what?
I think Greg Rucka finished that storyline.
I think he did.
Before he left.
I think he did finish that storyline.
Scarlet. Oh, I think I know what that place is. That's the home. That's the home of Micro's Warlord character.
Ooh. So they're going to convergence.
Then we got Swan Song Part 1,
which is
Robinson.
this looks like the second story arc of James Robinson's run for Wonder Woman.
Yep, I think it is. Right, it's a two-parter.
What happened to that woman from
Grail?
Brian Azzarella's run with Cliff Chain? You know, the woman who was basically, he was protecting this whole time, plus the child of Zeus was really Zeus.
Yeah, he got turned into
Yeah,
Zeus
that defeated on me.
Yeah.
in the final issue.
But to her, though, the woman that was actually secretly Athena.
I don't know.
She basically, Athena let her stay as that woman, so...
She disappeared, and I have no idea what happened to her. Wildstorm by Michael Cray. I read the first issue of that. It's actually a pretty good. It was actually a pretty good issue.
Yeah, because the Wildstorm universe.
So I don't really pay
Wait, so
much.
does Drifter even exist in the DCU anymore? Since all the Wildstorm characters seem to go back to their own Earth.
I doubt it, but they left Green Arrow in one issue.
What? Earth M? They can put it into the actual multiverse because we still have 6 unknown Earths.
And we have the Trace coming out, we have Mother Planet Born 2 coming out, we have Kid Gordon, Every You coming out.
Yes, people are talking about is Jetsons going to have a series, and well, apparently there are.
Yeah, and I looked it up. Apparently, it's going to be a 6-issue limited series.
Yeah, because apparently Flintstones was 12 issues. I thought that was going to be an ongoing.
Flintstones, I think it was like 15 issues before they ended it.
I know Future Quest ends. Only has 2 volumes.
12 issue.
Yeah,
and then they ended that book for some reason.
No, they put it back. Now he's doing Future Quest Showcase, where he's actually doing separate stories for all the characters.
Yeah.
What
I
heard coming out?
Why they did Future Quest, because apparently it wasn't selling too well. Despite back from what I heard, it was actually one of the more better titles under the Hanna-Barbera reboot books. That one, along with Flintstones, which actually was really good. But as for everything else, Wacky Wasteland was a pretty decent book.
Yeah,
Screw Apocalypse was bizarre.
Is Jim Lee still on that title? Because I know he was getting punished. I guess they were punishing him for something, and they threw him on Scooby Apocalypse, and I had never seen it.
I don't really know, and I don't care that much of Scooby Apocalypse.
Because at some point he just stopped doing the artwork, and he just stopped doing things in general.
Yeah, Jim Lee's gone for that book.
You mean Pat Zurcher, or which artist are you talking about?
Jim Lee was actually doing the artwork for Scooby-Doo and Apocalypse. Then he just disappeared, and then he just stopped doing anything.
I have no idea. It's been a little. I'm not sure. Maybe just too busy being the co-publisher of DC Comics.
Yeah, I know. I think he just adopted another kid or something. I know he was on Twitter and Facebook about it.
I can't remember. These podcasts are very cool. I still want to get these.
See, that's what I want. If I knew these deluxe books were going to actually exist, I wouldn't have got the first 2 volumes.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah. Honestly, it makes it makes no sense.
Because now you're just milking
that
people.
I'm happy with that. Aquaman by Peter David book. Well, I'm happy that he's finally getting a trade series.
Ooh.
Sometimes have Peter David done for DC, because apparently they barely talk about it.
I'm a Nightfall on
I really want to get my hands on these Batman the Outsider trades, but they're too freaking expensive.
$100? What the? I'm not paying for that.
Dude, have you seen Amazon? I've seen for the entire Demon run, it's like $60 to $70. Almost anything that had to do with Jack Kirby's books, they're damn near reaching $100 for the complete trades.
Yeah.
My new gaming.
What was that one I saw basically that had issues from Batman Confidential? I actually saw it was like a little bit up a little bit. Because that one clicked like 50-54. It was Batman Superpowers.
Yeah, found it.
There it is. Yeah. Is this supposed to be a new printing?
I don't really know.
Apparently it involves the Challengers of the Unknown. Or, wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong one.
Oh, yeah.
These
issues were never collected originally in trade. Apparently, DC is trying to fix that because, Jeremy, if you haven't read the Batman Confidential series, it's a really good series.
Anyways,
Batman Confidential.
Let's see.
It's like the Legends of Dark Knight series, where it has like every arc is different writer and artist does various stories of Batman's career. Unlike when Dark Knight covers the first 5 years of his career, that one covers years 6 through 8. I think it was.
Ah, okay.
Elseworld service you made as a quick move. Flashpoint on left. Wait, what? Oh, wait, I know what that is. That did for audience, basically.
What was up with the Neil Adams one, or was that Neil Gaiman?
Neil Gaiman? You don't know who Neil Gaiman is?
No. I say it was either Neil Adams or Neil Gaiman that said the DC Universe.
Neil Gaiman hasn't done that much for DC Comics when it comes to the superheroes. I mean, his noteworthy thing he did for the company, he did Sandman.
You mean besides the fact that Morbius and Death the Endless are both in the top 50 greatest comic book characters of all time?
Yeah. Apparently, this
right here collects his entire work outside of Sandman.
Yep. Secret Origins,
he was too focused on Sandman to do any other book.
Batman, Detective Green, Superman, and...
If it wasn't for Sandman, Vertigo wouldn't be what Vertigo is now.
Yeah.
So I have heard that next year... looks like they're getting a new trade series for the original volume of Green Lantern Corps.
Nightwing.
Yeah, because I'm going to start collecting the Fable titles. I'm slowly collecting all the Fable titles.
What, you mean the Nightwing trade? Looks like it's about $25.
Yep. And kind of February 14.
Yeah, written by Chuck Dixon and Greg Land as art.
Damn it. I hate Greg Land.
I think there's going to be about one more trade that collects issues of Chuck Dixon's run, because he only did the book for 70 issues, and it came back for issues 101 to 106.
Oh, yeah. I also got this other book. I got it from Second Charles. Is on its way. It's the Chuck Dixon run on Tim Drake as Robin. It's like a big, thick book.
Yeah, there's basically about 4 of those books out now, like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I got them. They're each they're each $5 a piece.
Hi, Secret.
I'm sure you want that book, Tivia, don't you?
Yeah, I'd like to get the next volume of Young Justice.
Yeah, but why in the world is it taking so long to release these books?
I want Connell to go back to his 90s outfit. If he's coming back, give him back that 90s outfit.
That would be pretty cool.
What was wrong with the outfit he had during his run for Teen Titans, where he was the black t-shirt and jeans?
If they wanted, they could do an updated version of the 90s outfit.
That's not a bad idea.
He didn't have a shirt and jeans. They gave him some kind of suit that absorbed more.
Like a Tron suit, basically. And some action suit.
Everything was edgy when they first came out.
Yep. Yeah, there's an action suit.
Yeah, but when I personally read,
that's cool.
Tivia, I know you didn't like the Scott Lobdell run for Superboy.
Yeah,
I found it to be a pretty interesting book. But at least that it kind of felt like a Superboy book. Even though it was different Superboy, but
then it got weird, it got stupid with the whole John L stuff. Yeah, the John L stuff was really stupid.
Yeah, that was issues done by Marv Wolfman for the last arc of the series, which I thought was really dumb.
I'll be
for
right
the
back.
last 9 issues you have Wolfman come in, probably doing one of his worst works he's ever done.
Yep. Let's see.
I remember Comic Frontline was doing what they were calling, when John Lane Kent took over the book, they were calling it John Lane Kent number 26. Like, even though it's still called Superboy, they call it John Lane Kent number 26 for some reason.
Yeah, it's really stupid. Oh, yeah. I found the rest of it, but yeah, Brian has the Geek, which, yay.
Tivia, have you noticed that both for December and January, Action Comics releases 3 issues?
I didn't notice that. Weird. Yeah, Batman is sick.
I do have a theory of why. My theory is because Dan Jurgens wanted to basically pass off Batman Beyond to Bernard Chang.
Which I'm perfectly fine with, even though in my opinion, I do like Batman Beyond now because.
Oh look, he's back on the book again.
Yeah. This is actually November 26th.
Yeah, it's like the recent story is probably gonna be just a filler story, just so that Dan Jurgens can do more issues of action.
Which I'm fine with. I'm pretty fine with that, in my opinion. But
the one thing I looked at the most recent issue of Batgirl and Birds of Prey. It kind of looked like that.
The
I'm trying to think here. I think it looked like that they were increasing the roster to include a bunch of female superheroes to being one of the most largest incarnations of Birds of Prey in a while, where it included Catwoman, Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, and Wonder Woman of all people.
Yeah,
The Catwoman, I think, was sort of I think she's sort of a already a member of the team already because, well, it's the only other book besides Batman she's featured in.
Hi, Prometheus. Wait, what? What's he doing?
Yeah, it's Prometheus. Yeah, he showed up at the end of the last issue. I have no idea why Steve Orlando wanted to bring back one of the most hated characters of the pre-Flash universe. Who does that cover? Oh, it's Kelly Jones.
Hey, the main man.
He is. If you've ever seen Kelly Jones' artwork on other books, I mean, Kelly Jones is a really good artist. He's been doing artwork since the early '90s.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Raptor's Revenge.
Yeah.
Who is on the bike with
I
Shaw?
have no idea.
It's not Raptor. I can tell by the freaking costume, but it's not Raptor.
He looks like Grifter.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Grifter, but Grifter does have yellow in his costume.
Yeah. Suicide Squad, Supergirl, which, oh boy, she looks mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that cover remind you of an issue from the volume that published from 2005 to 2011?
Yeah, it does go on a 2011 cover. Weird.
Yeah. One thing I'm glad that DC's doing is that they released. They're actually re-releasing. They're doing new printings of that volume in trade. They're up to about. I think it's up to 3 volumes so far.
I love Penny. Penny Jackson's awesome. Like that story's amazing.
Yeah, I'm glad Gleason's back on the artwork for Superman because it's been a while. I think the last time he did the artwork for the series was that 2-part backup pilot for Super Sons.
Speaking of Super Sons, yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I think didn't he also do the artwork for Black Dawn?
I think so.
Patrick Gleason? Yes, he did all the
I love this cover. It's so cute.
Crypto, actually, I would love if Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason did another Batman and Robin series.
Right, well, yeah, word for the team. Crypto and Titus. Aww.
What they so cute. Their Batman and Robin series? Why?
Huh?
You said they can't get another one?
Oh, I said I wish they did another one for Rebirth. You know, brought another issue. Batman Robin issue 1.
Yeah.
Rebirth.
Well, one thing I wish the DC would do is like announce what's going to replace Superwoman because with that book ending, I mean they already ended All-Star Batman and they're going to end Superwoman. Is the book replacing it?
Actually, what Tavio was showing us, one of those newer books probably would replace it. They just never said it. Came out and just said it yet.
Yep. Like I always tell
Yeah. There are a few books I would like to see as part of DC Rebirth. One, of course, is Catwoman because I think it's odd that she doesn't have one.
Actually, she's probably going to end up being a mainstay in the Tom King's Batman book. Smoothly.
Yeah, I'm glad Harley still has a book.
Nick, here's an idea for the Mr. Ozpek. I was telling Tavio, what if Dr. Manhattan manipulated Jor-El to mess with Superman, just like he did with Batman, kept Flashpoint alive. But he took Jor-El back just so he could try to weaken Superman.
Yeah,
that's why
possibly.
Because he did it for Batman, and that's the reason why Batman decided to go and propose to Catwoman. So Ozpek will do to Superman because they say it's supposed to be big enough that it's gonna go into Doomsday Clock.
Yep. Which I'm
not sure if this is true or not, but apparently, Batman and Catwoman is doomed to fail.
What?
Everything is doomed to fail when it comes to Batman.
Why doomed to fail? I love that marriage.
I have no idea. I wish someone could answer me this question of why in the world did Keith Giffen and Jane DeMatteis leave Blue Beetle?
Wait, what?
Yeah, they're no longer on the book. They left after 13 issues.
Damn it.
This is the next book to get axed because not a lot of people I see are actually digging it.
Well, I like Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle's really good.
Red Pack is next for the Kamali challenge.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he's doing
I
it.
I actually read the Greg Pocket Super Commodity Challenge. It was really good.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm on the DC website right now. I'm trying to see what because they got the catalog.
Yeah.
And they probably already have the catalog for the next 2 months coming out.
Yeah. I think they'll probably get that a little better.
Yeah. Okay. So Volume 2 of Hellblazer come out this week, and the Flash versus Red Death is also coming out.
Yeah.
John didn't want to
the new writer for Blue Beetle is a writer named Christopher. I was surprised. I've never heard of this guy before. Christopher Sibila.
Never heard of him.
I have never heard of him. I have no idea who this guy is at all. The audience, why not bring back John Rogers?
Yeah. Okay. So they got next week. Yes, Wildstorm Volume 1. I've been waiting for that box to come out. Oh, and they also got to celebrate this 75 years celebration.
I'm not surprised because I think it's 75th anniversary this year. But one thing Marvel did not do this year at all is the anniversary celebration for the Kingpin.
Well, I found John Wayne Kent. Well, imposter. Yep.
This year, like this June would have been a perfect time to do something, but as far as I know, the only thing close to what they did was what was basically cancel his book.
Wait, actually, Marvel has been celebrating almost nobody as of late.
I think
the artists, the characters. They've just been yelling.
I mean, who was the last character I can think of at Marvel who saw off the top of my head was Daredevil, and that was like 3 years ago.
Well, besides Deadpool, because apparently him and
Wolverine.
No, Wolverine didn't get nothing.
Yeah.
Also, the 10th anniversary of the debut of Damian Wayne.
When? Where?
All right, I'm back. What's going on?
Hey, Edgar. We're just basically talking about some of the volumes and trades that are coming out in DC and what we're all looking forward to.
Yep,
that's cool.
And I'm coming out some theories about what Manhattan could have been doing in Doomsday and what his whole little plan for Oz and Superman, because it's leading directly into Doomsday Clock. Aftermath, and that's pretty neat. I mean, like, is there any other books you
place of living? Is that also going to lead to Doomsday Clock?
Yeah, the detective, because the detective kind of deal with the whole what the kind of came out to deal with the whole future generated with Butter Eye.
Anybody had anything that got by Dr. Manhattan, and he's been shown up in any of their books, they're going to be in. In fact, hang on a second. I'm going to share it with you guys right now.
Okay.
I read the Ascan edition of for Road to Doomsday Clock. For some reason, they show Asmodeus' empty office, and apparently there are people who basically went to his Antarctica base.
I got Matt Glenn. He said he had to go, family stuff.
Let's, hang on a second. Let me put it right here. And yeah, this is the Doomsday Clock sneak preview, which came from the actual comic. Like, they took the pages from the they're doing the extra stuff from Watchmen. This is them. They're actually at Dr. Ozymandias, one of his places. They're trying to raid it right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's basically
does this take place after the original miniseries?
Yeah, it took place after the Watchmen series. It took place in 1992, I think.
Because I don't know when exactly, because it's like.
From what I know about the original story, it took place in alternate 1985.
1985. So
1992. Or maybe so he's confused because he says, is it November 22nd, 1992, or maybe it's the 23rd. So okay, so he doesn't know what day it is, but it took place in 1992.
Yep, I was right.
They're aware that what is dead.
Here's the kicker though with Rorschach. I don't think it's with the Rorschach. My theory is it's actually dead.
Question?
No, not the question. Not at all.
Because it can't be Rorschach because Dr. Manhattan killed him in the original story.
Yeah, the original Rorschach's dead. So I'm getting the new Rorschach.
Though there might be a
this.
theory. I do have a theory behind of how he could have, like, even though he blew up, what if Dr. Manhattan sent him to a different universe?
That's what I said. Would he be? Because let's face it, DC is basically shitting on anything Alan Moore did, and now they're fully in control of the Watchmen characters. That means they can retcon and bring Rorschach back.
I don't think
like
Rorschach is a good idea.
I think
that's a terrible idea.
They didn't do anything with his run for Swamp Thing. They didn't crap on that. I mean, they put his entire run in trade.
Yeah.
And the reason why I think they won't do anything with that because Alan Moore had nothing to do with the creation of Swamp Thing at all. That's all Lee Wein and Bernie Wrightstein.
Yeah. Bring up Alan Moore then.
Yeah. Alan Moore, as far as I can tell, there isn't, I mean, aside from this, there isn't that many series he did for DC at all. I mean, yeah, you got V Vendetta, which was published, I think, under
Vertigo.
Yeah, there's that. There's From Hell, which I don't think was published by DC, was it?
I mean, it was.
They know right here. They actually know that it was Ozymandias. He's now the most wanted man in the world. They're storming his bases. They're storming his public offices. They got other people. The FBI, the CIA, basically every world official agency is looking for him.
Yep.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, we got to remember, he killed all the people with the giant squid.
He set up Dr. Manhattan. Rorschach, I guess whoever Rorschach gave that information to, they leaked it, and now they know it's him.
Yep, Suspector's gone.
But here's the thing. I highly doubt they're going to have it where, oh yeah, the movie is canon, even though it is not.
I don't think they will do that.
Even
especially since the original story had the squid. Though I do kind of agree with the whole sentiment of Dr. Manhattan being blamed for all the stuff that happened in the movie.
Same.
That was kind of dumb.
I actually kind of like that idea. The idea kind of makes sense because, in a way,
I think what I know about Dr. Manhattan, he's clearly based upon. It looks like he's supposed to be a combination of both. I mean, yeah, he's clearly based upon Captain Adam.
That's what
it seems like they threw in some Superman into him for some reason.
Captain Adam was supposed to be, but DC did because DC just got Charlotte Fulton characters, and they wasn't not gonna just let him kill off the Question, Captain Adam, Blue Beetle. They weren't just gonna let him do that.
Yeah, but Silk Spectre, who is, even though that he is based upon Nightshade, for some reason, from what I've read from her backstory of her creation, Alan Moore didn't like Nightshade at all, so he threw in some Black Canary along with that too.
Would make sense.
Almost all the characters you saw are based off of clearly all the characters he wanted to do.
I think Ozymandias, I think he's based upon Judo Master.
Who?
And he also threw in some Lex Luthor, but like I said, you really think DC was going to let their popular characters die?
Is basically based upon a character known as the Peacemaker.
Yeah, Peacemaker, because he was also a relevant character that basically look at Grant Morrison's Multiversity issue 5 Pax Americana. Everybody was in that issue was basically Watchmen. That's what I wanted.
Peacemaker actually made a comeback.
Characters like Night Owl and Rorschach are clearly based upon the Blue Beetle and the Question.
Yep.
Though, for basically the one thing I noticed that for both Blue Beetle and Night Owl have in common, not Blue Beetle, for Night Owl and Silk Spectre, there's two characters with his name, but Silk Spectre has something else in common with Black Canary aside from the fact that, well, aside from borrowed concepts from her, the fact that the second Silk Spectre is the daughter of the original Silk Spectre. For Night Owl, it's kind of the same thing to do with Blue Beetle, where they're completely unrelated, where the original Night Owl is clearly based upon Dan Garrett, and the second one is based upon Ted Cord.
Yep.
Which they basically did, what Grant Morrison did in Pax Americana, and now we have Rorschach, which I guarantee you this is the real Rorschach.
I highly doubt the Rorschach. No way in hell They've been at the little shack.
Yeah.
Like,
I hope somebody, for the love of God, can bring in the actual question, because the supernatural idea, the whole thing of the whole thing when they turned to a supernatural character was dumb. Though I didn't mind having a character.
What the hell were they
He
thinking?
called himself Vic Sage, who popped up in the pages of new Suicide Squad by Sean Ryan. That clearly was not Vic
these
Sage.
two are legends. These two are legends. Jeff Johns and Gary Frank.
Yep.
Yeah, Gary Frank is a damn good artist.
I'm waiting for Volume 3 of Batman Earth 1.
Who's Brad Anderson? Who's that?
They Brad Anderson, the artist.
He's supposed to be
are they both co-doing it?
Yep.
Yeah, if you're reading this now, whether I'm alive or dead, you will know the truth. Rorschach.
Yep. So.
That's the journal right there. That's Rorschach's journal.
What's that channel?
Yeah,
October
which,
1985. Yeah, the
which I remember
in
from
New
the
York.
end of watching both the film and the comic. Somehow his journal got to a newspaper, and possibly it was published. And then all of a sudden, like this happens where Adrian Vought's offices are raided by the police.
Well, when you think about it, the guy.
Ozymandias right there. He's right there. Ozymandias. He's with Lex Luthor.
Yep. The question is how you get there.
Yeah, this desk, it's the button.
It's the button.
Ozymandias is gonna secretly team up with Lex Luthor, and everything revolves around Superman.
I have a theory behind the button itself. I know who that button originally belonged to.
The comedian.
Yeah, it was the comedian. Yeah, and that blood on that and that smear that's on him, that's actually comedian's blood. That they got on there from during his brawl with Ozymandias.
No, wait. Here's the question: Why? Was that the only thing that came out of the Speed Force with Wally? Why was that and only that? Why was that the only clue?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Is Dr. Manhattan secretly? Because clearly Dr. Manhattan's talking like he sees this. He's a puppet on strings. That someone's manipulating something. Now the question is, did Ozymandias, is he aware of the DC universe? Did he secretly come here as well?
The question is how do you get to the
knows,
DC universe?
The way Dr. Manhattan powers work, I highly doubt Alan Moore would agree with saying that his powers work the way Jeff Johns is presenting it.
Oh, no. It wasn't, because last time I checked, didn't they say his power, he could only view his timeline, he could not interact with it?
Well, remember, at the end of the Watchmen, in both the movie and the actual comic, Dr. Manhattan, he left basically on Earth. He said, like, so you don't do any?
His own life.
No,
yeah, he went to Mars, and then he said he's leaving the galaxy.
Yep.
He wants to leave humanity to itself. He's going to start over and create his own life.
Yeah, with Beth the question, did he tinker? Oh wait, actually, scrap that. They did explain in the one shot that he took 10 years away. Which
one thing I gotta praise about the Watch movie, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, the guy who played the comedian, the guy looks almost exactly like the way Dave Gibbons drew him in the comic.
Yep. Like
actually, I gotta praise that they actually did it pretty well. Even though you pretty much both hated the movie and the fact that DC royally screwed him and he realized he's never getting his rights back. And
but if you notice from the credits to the Watch movie, the only one credited for that film because Alan Moore, I have heard there's a reason why he wants to take his name off any project that's any of his work.
Because We Destroyed Gentlemen. Did We Destroy Gentlemen bombing?
It was that and the film From Hell.
That and the fact that DC is not letting him have anything he created.
Yeah, and I recently just read the Before Watchmen series that came out like a decade ago.
Oh, dear God.
They're all really good series. I got handed to basically DC for doing it.
The comedian one and the Rorschach were awful. I hated once.
But the problem is that
Rorschach, for surprisingly, was done by Brian Azzarello, which I think he was an odd choice. And the artist who did Joker.
Right. Well, Brian Azzarello is pretty much doing all of Dark Knight, the Dark Knight Returns E3. Or yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I heard a rumor going around that there might be a sequel with All-Star Batman Ron Boy Wonder.
What?
And
no, please.
No. For the love of God, no.
But technically, the only reason that people barely remember it is because Jim Lee was doing the art. And it took so long that people pretty much forgot it still existed.
Oh, there is one person who has brought up the fact this book did exist. Linkara.
Okay.
On top of the fourth one.
Oh no, he brings that up.
He reviewed all 10
It's
issues of
painful.
the book.
It's painful to watch
And-
that book.
Yeah, it came out to watch.
Yeah. And here's something really weird, though. It was pointed out when he did a review of issue 2 of Sci-Spy. Apparently, like right after he did a review of issue 1, DC released the trade for Sci-Spy.
Did they?
Yeah, apparently they put the miniseries in trade for some strange reason. Like right after he did the review of issue 1.
I
If
did
you
a
watch his
Sci-Spy
review,
house,
you
so that Sci-Spy
it's like,
stupid
really?
shit.
So he brings up a comic probably no one recently has ever heard of before, and he put it into a trade. That's
When
odd.
did that happen?
Wait, actually, what is Sci-Spy? Because that's like the first time I ever heard of the book.
Sci-Fi is like
Sci-Spy
the spy
came out
comic
back in
that's
the
very
early
bad.
90s. It was published by Vertigo, and you won't believe who the creative team was of the book.
Who is it?
Martha?
It was Doug Bullock and Paul Gulacy.
Oh,
I know who Doug Monick is.
Yeah, the
He's a
book.
good
Yeah,
artist.
Paul Gulacy.
Okay, so
he did books
what's so bad
like he had a run for Catwoman. Not the most recent volume that came out, the one that from 2011 to 2016, not that volume. The volume that preceded the one that was started by Brubaker.
okay, so
He was the last artist on that book before Brubaker left the book.
no,
Well,
I mean,
not
like, what's so
bad.
bad about the book? Did you guys make it sound like it's
bad artwork, bad storytelling, it's very all over the place.
okay? That's what I was trying to understand.
Yeah, the story made no sense.
What's the story to be exact? Like,
It's like a spy plot, but the problem is the character never basically got any talk to himself. You know what I'm saying? It's so stupid. It's one of the sci-fi can you watch and card review. He can explain it more than I can.
I probably will have to, and then because I tried to watch All-Star Batman and Robin. The only issue I found funny was the time they beat up Green Lantern.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
No, that was retarded because they paint everything in yellow, so apparently he could not do anything.
It's
then
very
Robin-
stupid.
Robin almost killed Hal.
Yeah, like what the hell?
What's up with the Justice League? I thought All-Star Batman was in the same universe as All-Star Superman. Then I realized, oh god, leave Grant Morrison works alone for A. Miller. You're no Grant Morrison.
Yeah, like look, I hate Grant Morrison action comics, but that didn't piss me off a lot. But I did also Superman. The anime movie's good.
Batman's works are good. You just can't read things in the middle. Like you can pick up Batman and Batman and Son, and you can easily get into it. If you try to get
This is the cover for first issue of Sci-Spy.
Yeah, it's a very generic.
okay, it looks like something I don't want to read.
Paul Gulacy does this very cover. Yeah, it's just so bizarre of some of the artwork that this series did. And issue, I think it was 2 or 3, the issue where the main character had sex with his female co-star.
And apparently, a robot.
Yeah, and the real one was back home.
Yeah, I don't get that. It's very stupid.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
it's really
that
bizarre.
sounds.
And the robot acts like the TARDIS from Doctor Who.
Alright, that did happen.
I'll be right back.
Okay, that just sounds terrible.
Yeah,
Looks like something I don't want to touch.
Anyways.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, the types of comics.
Yes, let's go. Detective Comics. Go on.
Okay. Basically, Batman found Tim Drake after Tim Drake will get signal. Batman found him, which made me happy. And it was a TV reunion with the rest of Batman with Clayface, Cassandra Cain, Batwoman. We did get to 7 We did get to 7 around, pretty cool. But Future Tim Drake got to her first. But hit it. Future Tim Drake did not kill her, thank God. Future Tim Drake walked up there, and she knows something, and then Future Tim Drake left. He hit the kicker. We have to get a team name for the Batman team, and it's called Gotham Knights, I think. Yeah, Gotham Knights. Future Tim Drake goes to to the mansion after Tim Drake talked to Bruce Wayne about Connor Kent, who, for the record, I'm happy to bring back Connor Kent because I'm so happy that we finally get 2 Superboys. And near the end of the comic, like, future Tim Drake goes to the mansion, Rest of Batman, Weathered, Nightwing, Batman, and Damian, they all try to kick Future in the glass. They all get defeated, naturally. And Future Tim Drake runs Batcave, and he basically said, like, you ain't thinking that I was going to have to reboot. No, I came at it with one thing. And guess what it is? Guess. Just guess.
To kill the Joker? Kill Batman?
Nope. Give up. One eye. Yeah.
Wait, say it again? Who?
One eye. Hang on. Okay.
He came to kill Brother Eye.
No, he ain't gonna kill it. He activated it. Which, hang on, I'll get the image for it. Let's see. It is.
I'm back.
Okay, so he activated Brother
exactly
Eye.
Looking at? Oh,
Why would anybody want to? Why would anybody want to reactivate Brother Eye?
Yeah, I have no idea why. But the last time Brother Eye appeared in the comic prior to this was in the recent previous arc for Blue Beetle.
And Future then.
So here's something interesting though about Brother Eye. Jack Kirby created this thing.
Yep.
They're using the Jeff Johns version from Infinite Crisis.
Yep.
Yeah, but Brother Eye has been around since like the 70s. So this is not a new concept. It's just really bizarre. The fact that Batman decided to activate Brother Eye of all things, just take on the evil Tim Drake, which I think he's just there just to promote the
Brother Eye. Evil Tim Drake activated it.
Yeah, that's so bizarre. One thing I thought was really odd for this crossover was that at the end of the first part, this storyline, that somehow on the same level that Tim Drake is in, apparently Doomsday was kept at the same level. I'm like, sweet Jesus, Doomsday in a Batman comic? This has never happened before. Hell, I thought this was so weird and funny. I can't
say it again. Who was in the Doomsday costume?
No, Doomsday was in the same. He was on the same level in that prison that Tim Drake had been kept in for the past year. I did not know that he was on the same level he was. So
neither did I.
I think a lot of us in the question of who else is in this damn prison. I mean, Tibia theorized that that Cassandra Sandmark is in that prison along with Connell.
Yep.
Well,
he was right about Connor. That took me by surprise. That took me by surprise that he got it right.
Yeah, but according to I've heard from an article, James Tiff does want to use him in the storyline, but I haven't seen it pop up yet. Maybe he's going to. I heard he was going to appear in the previous issue.
That's what I thought.
But he didn't show up when he was referenced, but he didn't make a physical appearance.
I'm guessing he's gonna make an appearance in the next issue because I think actually the final issue from the sources that I did show you guys. It looks like.
Yeah, and Timmy, did you notice that the last issue is the cover is clear homage to when Tim Drake first put on the Robin costume?
I am so happy about that. I'm sorry when I do the costume because Scarlet Witch's new physical costume is awful. That costume pissed me off because it made me look like a Falcon.
I think Jim Lee designed that costume.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I hate it.
I mean, there were some New 52 redesigns. I didn't have a problem with it. Like, you look at Batman's costume. Batman's costume, that was actually pretty good. I didn't have a problem with his costume of Green Arrow. I didn't have a problem with his Green Lantern redesign. I thought that was pretty good.
His Superman redesign was
pretty good redesign. The only thing I didn't like about it was the stupid collar.
Yeah, everybody had collars in there. Even
I actually like the wings. I like the wings. He gave him wings. It made him fly. It was something unique.
I
thought the wings. Really
it got the 90s.
For Wonder Woman, they changed the color of her attire, where the red in her attire was going from like light red to dark red, and all the gold in her outfit switched out with silver for some reason.
They even changed the costume. Was very stupid.
Sparkly.
Yeah, and One complaint I heard, this was a constant complaint with all the New 52 redesigns, was the unnecessary lines on the outfit, which, okay,
yeah, awful.
All outfits have got lines on them. It's just that the problem, from my perspective, was that Jim Lee put too much detail into the costumes. That's the reason why the lines were there.
I thought
the reason other people complained about it because they just didn't like it. They just didn't give a reason why. My theory is because Jim Lee was just basically putting too much detail in the costumes.
Yep.
I thought that was just being.
Though I do kind of agree with the whole concept of Superman, the whole Kryptonian armor thing. That was stupid.
That was stupid. Whoever came out that idea must have been high. Wait, that was
What, that his costume was Kryptonian battle armor?
Yeah, I didn't like the idea.
Well, it's better than cloth, where it can just get ripped and shredded.
To be fair,
yeah, but here's the
like
thing: Superman doesn't need armor; he's bulletproof.
Yeah, like the whole armor set is stupid. That whole concept of Grant Morrison really bad. Yeah.
Out because it helped Con El, and it helped Lana Lang when she was dying as well.
Yeah, I think that for the new Rebirth costumes, I know that Batman's made his debut just before Rebirth happened. His costume was designed by Greg Capullo. Though I have one thing that a friend of mine didn't like was, you know how like for the shoulders the cape was clearly attached to the shoulders instead of being loose like normally is.
Yep.
But yet in like the first issue of Batman, Finch basically didn't have. He basically took it off the costume. Though other people who draw the costume still have like where it's attached to the shoulder. I do kind of agree with that. That's kind of a dumb thing to do. Basically, he can't allow his arms to move at all, but the costume is great, and I love the yellow outlines to the costume, which I think that is just a nod to Neil Adams' classic design.
Then Greg Capullo made it look awesome in Scott Snyder's run. His pantsuits.
But
other people who draw it,
then we got Jim Gordon Batman.
Yeah, I think the new Wonder Woman costume, I think that was either designed by, was it designed by Nicola Scott or Liam Sharp? The Wonder Woman costume.
The Rebirth
Which one? The newest one? The Rebirth?
Yeah, the newest one. Yeah.
Nicola Scott.
Okay. I think the Superman one, I think that was designed by Patrick Zircher, the current artist for Action Comics.
Yeah, that one, I know, because, what is it? David Finch, I believe it was David Finch that did Batman Rebirth with Tom King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
And they
in the case of Green Lantern, well, I could tell his costume was not redesigned. It's kind of like they just went back to the pre-Flashpoint costume.
Well, that and Kyle finally went back to green.
Yeah. Aquaman, well, I think that the new outfit was designed by Brad Walker, the original artist for Aquaman, the current volume. It's like the only change they made to it is they got rid of the collar, and that's it.
Well, and they gave him an embassy.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm glad the fact that they allowed him to keep his trident because prior to Flashpoint, the only time I could think of he ever used the trident in any comic book was during Peter David's run.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Johns brought it back.
Yeah, which you gotta praise him for that. And he uses it a lot. And I think he hasn't used it recently in the most recent issues of Aquaman, but as far as I can tell, they haven't got rid of it yet. And I think the trident is a great weapon for him to use.
And it's a symbol of his authority.
Yeah. Flash, well, I could tell he did not get a redesign for his costume. It looked like his costume
he kind of did in DCU. Remember? With the stupid red eyes.
Oh, no. Aquaman. I think Aquaman is the most radical.
No, not Aquaman. I meant the Flash.
No, I'm talking about Aquaman was the most radical one.
Oh.
But in the case of Flash, I don't think his costume was redesigned for Rebirth.
No,
I know. Green Arrow finally got fixed. They finally gave him back his goatee and mustache.
Yep. Now
but his costume is clearly based upon well, he was from what I could tell, it's based upon the third costume that Green Arrow wore on the Arrow TV show.
Yeah, you can tell it. I like it though.
At the same time, it's more unique. It's not the Arrow writers.
I gotta praise Ben Percy for bringing back John Diggle, a character who's been completely absent for a while. I don't know why they wrote about the comic book, which was odd, but
Wait, what about
I'm glad they brought him back. But the one character was clearly part of the comic book because of Andrew Kensberg writing the comic book, Felicity. It's like right after he left, Ben Percy just got rid of her for no reason.
Good. I'm glad she got rid of her. Because Felicity
wasn't Felicity there in the start of the New 52 with Green Arrow with
she
Ollie?
was.
No,
It was stupid.
No, she was not. Felicity made her first appearance in issue 35, the first issue Angie Hensworth did.
Okay, so who were the two people that helped him out in the first issue of New 52?
Didn't that comic dig like I'm the fake partner with that bullshit?
Yeah, and for some reason, I don't know why, Green Arrow, starting with this particular run, with the previous line, he had, like, let's say, kind of like what Batman has with Alfred, people who work behind the scenes to basically be his eyes and ears. Green Arrow, up until this point, never had this at all in any of his comic books. If you read any of his older comic books, like the previous line with writers like Kevin Smith, Brad Militzer, and Joe Winnick, he never had this. Not in any of the previous line. This was a new concept that they decided to do. I know one of the two characters that work behind the scenes, I believe that one of them got killed off in the first issue of Jeff Lemire's run.
And the other?
The other one's still around.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I gotta praise Ben Percy for doing these, even though the whole thing with the whole red circle thing has gone on for a little while, at least he has like little mini arcs that give us a breather for a little while before getting back to it.
I'm happy about Rebirth doing that because I'm very weird big arcs. With as I said in my video, my top 8 reasons why I love DC Rebirth.
I would say the longest arc recently, with the exception of the arc from Cyborg, is probably the first arc for Detective.
To be fair, Detective Bobby hasn't deserved it because
it was 7 parts long.
Yep, and also the first story, not the Victim Syndicate, the story with Tim Drake, Batman, when Tim Drake died.
With James Tynion IV in Detective Comics.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got all 3 volumes right now because I just got the League of Shadows. Which actually, I'm weird. It's weird because apparently nobody knows that the League of Assassins exists.
League
I
of
thought
Shadows,
Batman
not League of Assassins.
League of Assassins is the League of Shadows. That's just the friendlier version that they to get it for some reason.
Oh, here's a weird thing.
Yeah,
if you read the second arc of All-Star Batman, I think it's Ends of the Earth.
Oh yeah, I gotta get that.
For some reason, Ross shows up in the book and instead of carrying a sword, the guy wears a suit and carries a machine gun. You still there, Jeremy? Okay, this is a little odd. Me being the one on here. This is odd even for a live show. I don't know if you got any comments or not.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Anyway. Oh, I'll just talk about Mother about an order we just made for some food. But anyway, I was saying like they had the League of Shadows. I was kind of weird because the League of Shadows did exist even during the New 52, but I guess Batman did. I guess Batman and everyone else currently forgot and they thought it was a myth for some reason.
Yeah, and I know that the name itself did appear on an episode of, I think it was Batman.
And Young Justice.
Yep.
Young League of Shadows is just a friendlier way of saying that instead of saying Assassins on TV.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean, and the people who created League of Assassins, or League of Shadows as they're called, it was Daniel O'Neill and Neil Adams.
Oh, I thought Noah came right there, dear. Interesting.
Yeah, because I know Deathstroke. Kane was part of it, but apparently in Batman and Robin Eternal, he's under the caretaker of Mother and that little organization.
I think they retconned that out of existence. Yeah. They retconned
also, for some reason, Bronze Tiger was apparently a member of the League of Assassins. And then for some reason, he ended up in Arkham Asylum for some reason. Yeah, that was never explained.
Actually, what was also up with him being addicted to Venom?
What? Bronze Tiger? I thought that was a little odd.
Because during I Am Suicide, he kept talking about how he was addicted to Venom.
Oh, yeah, Bane. Yeah.
No, Bronze Tiger took Venom as well.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, and the weird thing is, after the arc wrapped up, no one's seen Bronze Tiger since that storyline wrapped up.
Actually, how did King live during out the whole thing of Batman Eternal?
Didn't King die?
No, he eventually came back. He's still alive. Last I checked, he's still alive.
Who? You mean Lincoln March or
David Kane, like Cassandra Cain's father?
David Kane, as far as I can tell, is dead. He died by having him and Mother basically fall into a pit, and they were never seen again.
Yeah, actually, her origins is weird because now apparently he's under. Did he meet Cassandra's Lady Shiva before she joined the League of Assassins?
Yeah, and this is something really weird what DC did with Lady Shiva. When they rebooted the DC universe, they had Lady Shiva be pretty much the same age as Dick Grayson for some reason. Yet when she shows up in League of Shadows storyline, she looks the same age she was pre-Flashpoint.
Good. I'm glad they did that.
And that's kind of impossible for her to be Cassandra's mother and be Dick's age at the same time.
Actually, no.
Dick is supposed to be.
I think Dick
Grayson is supposed to be in his mid-20s.
Early to mid-20s.
I actually
and also for some strange reason they say that Catwoman was 23, and yet she looks older than 20. She looks like she's in her mid to late 20s.
About that.
She's supposed to be around the same age as Bruce because they brought up his Golden and Frank Miller's Batman Year One.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Tavia.
I actually have fear about the whole Shiva stuff. I think they left kind of all that New 52 crap out of existence.
No, because New 52 still exists.
I know that, so let me explain. I think they left kind of all the Shiva stuff because that part's in Jay's backstory, and that's in the backstory back.
I can think of the retcon from New 52 is they retcon the backstories for Jason Todd and Tim Drake.
Superman.
Lobo.
Everything with
Lobo was a bit bizarre, to say the least, because the pretty Lobo showed up in the second arc for Hal Jordan Green Lantern Corps, where he was still shrunk down like one of the cities.
It was funny. That made me laugh.
I think the Lobo we see is the pre-52. Somehow he managed to survive because technically he got kicked out of heaven and hell. So he probably survived the reboot.
Yeah, and also they did have another Lobo running around, the one Rob Liefeld created.
That was stupid.
And that one got killed off by the pretty Lobo in the first issue of the Lobo ongoing.
And then that Lobo
the battle happens off panel, and he apparently beheads him, and then he fries his head after that.
But then he shows back up at Suicide Squad. But also there's that. But then again, he fought Deathstroke because he also fought the buff one fought Deathstroke.
And apparently he thought Zordon, he had a girlfriend.
It's like his history for the past 6 years is very confusing.
Because like I said, when you're under Dan Didio's little, like I said, I applaud the man because he really did save the comic book industry because it was kind of stagnating and dying. New 52 really did bring in a lot of readers like Edgar and them. It's just there was no direction as of now.
No direction at all. All the books were competing, but all was controversial.
The man let his little midlife crisis, the fact that he's balding and he doesn't feel young anymore, he let that affect his decisions. Like Starfire looking sexy and bimbo-y, and she'll just look around with people.
That stupid. The Teen Titans were going like villains. What the hell?
Everyone was acting more like angsty teenagers than superheroes.
It's like the 90s.
Roy Harper was constantly whiny.
Yeah, with a baseball cap.
And
now he still has a baseball cap, but it's turned backwards, and he wears these strange-looking goggles.
Actually, I want the artist Red Hood to do Titans because God, I love that art style.
I wish Titans that they fixed Arsenal finally. Thank God.
Oh, and here's a thing. Brett Booth and Dan Abnett pitched a story for Wally West, a miniseries, and DC turned it down when they brought him back. I asked them on Twitter. They said they shut him down, and they never specified why they shut a Wally West miniseries down.
That's odd, because they brought back all Wally West, they're even kicking.
Then again, knowing them and Jeff Johns, because Jeff Johns is a huge Silver Age fan, he didn't want Wally showing up Barry, especially since they put all this work into making Barry the center Flash again.
Even though Wally West is under Flash and people love Wally West. Well, kidding.
No one's seen Barry for 20 years.
The War of the Flashes is going to sort of fix the problems that the Flashpoint Wally's been having lately.
Well, that and the fact that Barry's hasn't been the Flash for like what over 20-something years. He's been
20 years.
technically dead.
Yep.
And Grant Morrison finally brought him back in Final Crisis. Then we had Rebirth again. Like, can we just have Barry to be Flash for a little while? Because Jay Garrick had his time. Barry barely had anything. Wally had all the screen time.
Here's the thing.
Bart was there.
Bart died, then came back, then got
Bart was the
existence.
Flash for like 1 year, and then he died in the last issue where he got killed by Captain Cold.
But then again, he was also in the road to Flashpoint because I saw the trade. He was actually in it. He was one of the people he was actually in Flashpoint, and he disappeared.
Yeah, he was. He just disappeared. But here's kind of the weird thing.
Then who's
During
Bart
Infinite
Toy?
Crisis, they killed off Connor.
Yep.
I have heard the reason why they did that because the Schuster family was suing DC at that point over the character. So
Yeah, actually,
they
that's
killed him
reason.
off, and they kept him dead for 3 years, and then he was brought back in the Legion 3 Worlds miniseries.
Well, that's a pretty
Yeah,
good
him and Bart
miniseries.
came back.
Actually, that's
It was
one
a
of the
great
reasons why
miniseries. I
Superman
believe Jeff
got rid of
Johns wrote it.
Trunks. Yeah,
Yep.
it was one of the reasons why Superman basically lost to Trunks. Was the Schuster family. They're
Oh,
still-
that's what I knew
still-
for Superman. That's what I knew for Superboy, who did like, I'm edgy, I'm extreme.
No, that's Dan DiDio. The reason they customs look like that was because everything was going. Apparently they're still having problems. The Schuster family is still fighting over the rights of Superman, and
God damn it, they're also still going.
They have been fighting over the rights of this character since, I don't know, the 50s.
Technically, Jack Kirby didn't get bitter because he realized that, yeah, he sold his characters off, and Stan Lee was also Stan Lee damn sure made sure all their characters stayed at Marvel. So he realized these characters weren't going anywhere. It's like they signed a contract.
But here's the thing about Stan Lee's co-creators. People like Steve Ditko and Kirby. As far as I've heard, for other characters who appear in the Marvel movies, aside from Stan Lee himself, other creators are getting royalty checks for their characters. Like Denny O'Neil got a royalty check for Obadiah Stane.
Good.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Outside of the comics, everybody thinks Stan Lee created all the Marvel characters.
Which is bullshit.
And he doesn't. And he sure as hell doesn't try to trick nobody.
Denny O'Neil, I think it was Jarmia Jr. who created Obadiah Stane.
I know the Captain America creator actually should in Captain America First Avenger. That's pretty cool.
Like I said, yeah, if you ask anybody, Stan Lee sure as hell doesn't try to correct nobody. He takes the credit for everything. They call him the modern day father of comics. Yeah, because no one wants to can't say anything anymore. And all the good people.
Yeah, but if you notice for the Captain America films, it says Captain America created by, I think it's Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. Nowhere in there does it say Stan Lee.
Stan Lee, which I'm fine with that. I support that.
Yes.
That's the credits. And 9 times out of 10, your average moviegoer does not look at those credits.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah,
so if you're not,
but I'm sure that both Jack Kirby's family and Joe Simon's family probably do get royalty checks for the Captain America movies.
Which I'm pretty fine with that.
You think Jack Kirby family does not, after all the characters and everything he did for the industry? Oh, you think they'll be damned if they don't get some kind of money out of it? The Siegel family is constantly fighting for Superman.
Super family. Well, you're kidding. I get where they're coming from. Believe me, I sympathize their cause. But at the same time, though, if they had Superman under them, they will ruin the character.
No, it's because money. It's all comes back to money.
Oh, here's something interesting, though. I found this out on a Kevin Smith podcast. Neil Adams actually helped them get the original creators get the stuff they have. The family has now, like I think they have medical insurance. I think it's like $25,000 a year.
That's good.
Yeah,
like some stuff they have now that they had to sue over. Neil Adams actually helped them with that. And Neil Adams actually met these two guys, and like I think it was, I don't know which one it was. One was near senile when he first showed up, and the other one was basically okay. It's like they were not good help when they finally showed up at DC offices back in the 70s.
Oh shit!
Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster?
Yeah, they were not good help at that point.
Well, then again, they were Jewish, and this is back in the
apparently they basically had to wait 15 years in order to try to sue again because they heard some strange law about about suing over the characters, trying to get the rights to them. What? And
This is
They
30s and
basically
40s
waited
America.
15 years, and
Wow.
they were like much older by that point. I have no idea when these two passed away.
Somewhere in the
Yeah,
80s. I believe somewhere in
Yeah.
the, I think Schuster's around somewhere in the 90s.
that's just depressing.
But it's early 30s, like 40s America, and back then it's like the businessman type of Wall Street was.
Yeah, it got corrupt. It got
Except it was
messed up.
more cutthroat back then than it is now. Now it's like you can kind of fight it and you can put protests. Back then, you could do none of that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great
Okay,
depression and get
if
more
If
Joe
you
into
were
it.
black
Schuster.
or an immigrant,
He passed away in 1992.
yeah, that's one in the 90s.
1 year
25
after I
years
was
ago.
born. Damn.
Yeah.
I was 1991.
Ray Siegel passed away. Let's see. He passed away in 1996.
Okay, so I thought one of them passed away in the 80s. Okay, they both were in the 90s because I remember one passed away in the 90s.
What the creator of Wonder Woman?
No, Superman, one of the creators.
They both passed away in the 90s. Though roughly about 4 years apart.
Yeah, because I remember that one of them passed away. Then I remember only one. I didn't know about the other.
William, like the guy who's credited for creating Wonder Woman, he passed away in. You're not gonna believe this. He passed away in 1947.
Yeah.
Well,
2 years
he-
after World War
he
II.
was-
6 years after, roughly 6 years after Wonder Woman debuted.
After
he, had
World War
an
II.
he had an interesting life and career in the way that he made the lie detector, and he threw his
Oh
kinks
yeah,
into
and they made a
Wonder Woman.
movie about him recently.
Yeah, and he threw his kinks into
William Marston and Wonder Woman. It's I haven't seen it, but I've heard it looks really interesting.
Wait, does Bill Finger's family ever get anything out of Batman?
Wonder Woman.
Or is that all the Kane, or does the Kane
Yeah.
family?
As far as I know, for that, I'm sure everybody's happy that Bill Finger is finally giving his credit that he rightfully deserves.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. I watched the documentary. The documentary was great.
You know, I found it ironic that
And the reason why that Bill Finger they waited so long
Look
is
at Bob
because
Kane.
Bob Kane was a humongous jerk.
Bob Kane was a scumbag. After
we-
watching the
if
documentary,
you
that
went by his original Batman design, it will look nothing like we had today.
Yeah, Bill Finger
Yeah.
great, everybody.
But,
Not Bob
a
Kane.
lot of the
Bob
stuff
Kane
Batman
agreed
is
some of
known
it.
for, you gotta thank Bill Finger for that. Now,
Yeah.
the first stuff to feature this, like when Bill Finger finally got his credit, the first comic to get that credit was Batman Robin Eternal #3. There was episode of Gotham, and the first film to get that was Batman.
Batman v Superman.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now all
So-
the books now have that.
Well,
James
he's
had
no
that,
longer
too.
around, so nobody can actually refute that. Nobody can refute it, and he can't say anything.
Yeah, one thing
Ellen.
I don't get though about certain characters, you know how you have characters like at DC, you have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman.
Green
I
Lantern.
believe Harley Quinn, Deathstroke. I know Natalie gets the credit from Marvel and George Press for sort of creating the name. These characters get credit from their creators, but characters like Aquaman, Flash, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, they don't get the creators' credits in the trades for some reason.
Wait, actually, well, those are kind of weird. Wait, which versions of the Flash are we talking here? Like Green
Yeah,
Arrow?
the J.J. Flash, the
Barry Allen Flash, the one that's around now. Basically, I think the Barry Allen Flash, the people who created them should get the credit in the trades.
Like I said, when it
And
comes to
yet
those
they don't.
characters, it's kind of confusing, especially when we start bringing gold, silver, and bronze age into all this.
and Mine Age.
In the case of
believe-
Aquaman, he had the same creator as Green Arrow.
It's complicated.
Yeah, I know.
We don't like issues all day. You're good.
Oh no, I was also going to say that it's ironic that Bruce Wayne is related to the Kane family, and his creator is Bob Kane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course,
Bill Finger, the one
DC
that
didn't
created it.
reveal this until like roughly just a decade ago. Kane, and they revealed that she's actually his cousin, even though that the original Batwoman, which Grant Morrison retconned to be his legal aunt, apparently they dated back in the 50s.
Oh yeah, that
Just to
was
throw people off.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
reason
the
why Batwoman and the original Batgirl, when they became Flamebird, were created
so Batman wouldn't
was
be
to get
gay.
people to throw up the
I
whole
love it when
stupid
that
theory, that stupid psychologists back in the 50s thinking that Batman and Robin were in a homosexual relationship.
No, that was like I said back then. That was part of the decades. Like you grew in the 30s, 50s, being gay, black, Irish, and immigrants. Actually, if you weren't white, you're just looked down upon.
Yep. It was your time. It was your tension.
Another thing I learned about is my grandpa was born the same, roughly 1 month after Superman was created.
Nice.
He was born in 1938.
So was my grandmother.
Yeah, that's actually a little nice fact about it.
Anyways.
It's almost time to end this. But any thoughts about Doomsday Clock going in?
I'm looking for Doomsday Clock. I cannot wait to see it. Then go to an issue. And we forgot to have Wonder Woman because Wonder Woman at the end where the issue came out. Holy shit.
Yeah, we're still. Wait, actually, one more thing. What do you guys think about the war jokes and riddles?
I liked it, but I kind of very disappointed. In the war, the ending was awesome. The ending was
I thought it was great.
Been calling it pointless.
Tom King threw in a bunch of like classic Batman villains in this story. He was throwing freaking Deathstroke and Deadshot.
Zebra Man.
Cutman.
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie monster.
It was like this storyline, which is a love letter to the Batman history.
Yep.
Yeah, you could tell Tom King is somebody like just right after I Am Suicide, and it was Batman and Catwoman. Those 2 issues. You see Catwoman and Batman basically beating up all these D-list Batman villains. Kite Man,
Condiment King, Film Freak, Calendar Man. Well, one of them, anyways.
Kite Man was funny. Kite Man made me laugh.
Remembers the 10-Eyed Man.
Zero.
Or Zebra Man. Or any other of these people. Was in Nightwing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, I still don't know what
I think should have shown up in that issue, and that was Signal Man.
Never heard of him.
He's a C-list villain, and the guy, his gimmick was trying to steal the bat signal.
That, and he worked with, basically he was part of Castor's little plan in Batman Eternal before basically stopped that.
There was
Stephanie.
Batman has some interesting C-list villains, but the thing is, there's villains that some people think are C-listers, but I don't think they are. People like, I think it was like the Riddler and Mad Hatter. I'm like, no, these guys are A-list villains. People know who these characters are.
They're geniuses.
In my honest opinion, people know about these particular villains. They are A-listers. I mean, people think the only A-list villains are Joker and Penguin.
Riddler could screw up an entire city by himself.
Thank you,
Thanks. Like, actually, I was unfortunate. Some people were saying the War Jokes and Riddle was pointless because of the ending.
The ending I liked. The ending was perfect because
actually I think it's kind of neat what he did for the Joker. It's like he sees a deluded man, he's getting mad, and I just want to make you smile again.
Yep.
That's kind of
was about to kill Riddler, but Joker stopped him.
Secret, and he thought Catwoman wouldn't love him for that. Like, dude, you dress up in a bat suit and beat the shit out of people every night.
Yep.
But no.
Yep. And she said yes, which I'm happy. Kate King has to come out Buchanan. Take that Earth 2.
Give me Helena Wayne.
Yep, Helena Wayne. Yay!
Yep.
Which also, when is Tom King finally gonna bring up the 3 Jokers?
As far as I know,
actually, where's Captain Marvel?
Maybe not to bring up in Doomsday Clock.
Where's Captain Marvel?
Actually, like I said, I think Joshua Williams is about to do that because he's still hinting. He's still showing those Thunderbolts.
Yep.
Thunderbolts. He might be doing what Tom King is, and he's probably going to do like a little mini series or something.
Please, the Marvel family. Please, I missed them.
Yeah.
Jeff Johnson destroyed them.
Speaking of Captain Marvel, what do you guys think of the guy who was cast to play the live-action version of him, the one in the Shazam
I don't know
movie?
I don't know his acting career, so I cannot speak.
I can't speak on it, but
I don't know who this guy is, and it's like, yeah, this is the first thing I've seen anything noteworthy related to Shazam movie, first time anything related to it since The Rock was cast to play Black Adam.
Which people been actually since 2008, people have been making that comparison.
Some people feel that John Cena is going to Captain Marvel with the
possibility that John Cena was going to play Captain Marvel.
That would have been horrible.
Actually, there was this UFC fighter who looked a dead ringer for Captain Marvel. but he's not interested in comics. If he's not interested in it, he wouldn't do it because
if he did justice. He'll be the second UFC fighter to become a comic book character to play one, because last one was the guy who played Batroc the Leaper.
Yep.
Oh yeah, George St. Pierre.
Yeah, and he's French Canadian, but at least he's spoken French, which I'm glad he did that. And the fact he fought with his feet, which is something that Batroc the Leaper is known for. I think for some people, I think the whole thing of him not having that goofy mustache he's known for having. For me, I think that was okay. I didn't have a big problem with it. As long as he acted like Batroc the Leaper, that was fine.
Same.
And he can speak French. Like, if you're going to get somebody to be French, make sure he's French and he actually can speak it.
Yep.
At least George Pierre can actually, even though he's basically French-Canadian, at least he could speak French.
Yep.
Like I said, if you're going to play the character, like Wesley Snipes, he's one of those rare people where, like, you look like a dead ringer and you played him perfectly.
Yep. Anyways.
Yeah, and since Batroc is a martial artist, why not cast somebody who can do that style?
And I just hope The Rock can actually do with the Black Adam movie. Like, they're trying to make him out to be an anti-hero, but they're also having Captain Marvel.
That doesn't work. Black Adam is a villain, not anti-hero.
No,
I'm so
he is an
tired of
anti-hero.
Tivia, Black Adam has sort of an anti-hero since 2001.
Until recently,
Black Adam has always been talking about Golden Age. He's always been an anti-hero. It's like he works for the good of the people. It's just that he's like Doom, where he believes that his ways are the best way.
Yeah.
I know he exists in the Arrowverse, but I don't remember what he looks like. But the version of him is responsible for killing out the Arrowverse version of Bronze Tiger.
Oh.
So it's Adam.
But where's Captain Marvel? Where's Billy Batson? Where's Billy Marvel? Where's the Marvel?
I have no idea, but yet for some reason ISIS appears on Legends of Tomorrow. They kept the fact she's Muslim, and she apparently has no connection to Black Adam at all, and she's the hacker.
At first she never started off with a connection.
Yeah, and here's kind of something kind of odd though. The future that they were depicting was one of the most bizarre ones I've ever seen. Like, apparently they outlawed religion, which I'm like, that is stupid.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
And Argus being part of a police state?
Again, remind me of S.H.I.E.L.D. Remind me big of a Dark Future, like the whole.
Yeah, but here's the thing. S.H.I.E.L.D. may be a covert agency, but people do know about freaking S.H.I.E.L.D. In the case of Argus, it was.
I would love for DC to start what Marvel did and make something like a Guardian-esque movie where, come on, you have this huge history of characters. I know you could throw in some anthropomorphic animals, something goofy, to get people more interested in it. Do some sci-fi. Stop focusing on Batman and Superman as though they're the only two people that get saved the franchise somehow.
Yeah. Also, and I thought this was really weird on the previous episode, not the one that aired this past week. There's one character I read from an article that this character in the purple hood might be the time traveler from Legion of Superheroes.
Okay, so what's...
Are we getting Legion Superheroes and Supergirl?
I have heard that the upcoming Crisis on Earth X, this might be the first appearance of the Arrowverse version of the Legion of Superheroes.
Okay.
Wait, in fact, if they're doing parallel universes, they might as well. Why don't they get the people from Smallville to make a cameo or something? To acknowledge that.
I've heard something about that. Tom Welling is willing to do it. But apparently this crossover happened on The Flash, and Flash would just run through the multiverse and end up at the Kent farm. And he'll run to Clark at the Kent farm.
I find that that's only a trailer.
As long as they do not acknowledge Gotham. As long as they don't acknowledge Gotham.
Gotham should never ever be touched. Ever.
Yeah, and yet for some reason on a recent episode of The Flash Arrow, Oliver Queen mentioned Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, actually, I don't say ever since Supergirl, they actually been DC and Warner Bros. They're actually been letting up, and they started acknowledging Superman and Batman and some of the bigger A-listers again.
Why didn't they do it? Oh, I know why. Embargoes.
Actually, it's still trying to work on that freaking Booster Gold movie.
At this point, who cares?
The whole stupid thing of basically we have two actors playing two different characters. People think
Let's
they're confused.
kill one
Some
off.
people think that was actually Warner Brothers' fault. Turns out that's actually CW's fault for that stupid thing.
It was?
Because, like I said,
Yeah, it was CW.
Warner Brothers, like I say, Warner Brothers is not like Disney and them. It's, and all that is they're fighting each other.
It's fighting.
They're fighting other studios. DC's fighting itself.
Yeah, it's Promoter, but it's Feige, but it's Fox. Yeah, it's a mess.
Yeah, but the thing with Marvel TV is they've had this problem. Some people accuse Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had this problem since season 1. Whenever they try to do special effects in the show, most of the time they look really cheap. Like the worst is Inhumans.
Inhumans is awful.
Where Triton, basically, when I first saw him on the show, I'm like, seriously, this is Triton? A guy who basically is painted green? Are you freaking serious? It's like a fan basically made this thing.
It's promo.
But Inhumans last.
And the fact they didn't have their comic book costumes, which I thought was really stupid.
Because
though Crystal Zillion was really close to it.
Because he wanted the Inhumans movie, which he was going to give a big budget, but now Feige finally won, so now he has to make that stupid Inhumans TV show. He was going to get the Inhumans, whether we like it or not.
Yep,
God,
and it bombed. And I met people are pissed off. Like, ooh.
Yeah, but Tibia, have you been watching the show since like the 2 episodes aired in IMAX?
I dropped that after episode 3. I
have been watching it. It's a little bit better. The episodes where it's not written by the showrunner are actually a lot better than the episodes with the showrunner.
But the damage already been done. I don't think it's saved.
Like Gorgon, they acknowledge the fact he's an idiot. They acknowledge that fact. Like people know he's an idiot, and they poke fun at it.
I said damage already been done. I dropped it.
Yeah, the cast is fine. I'm glad the fact Gorgon basically can do the whole stomping thing, creating earthquakes, and Karnak basically. I didn't have a problem with the fact the cast an Asian to play him.
Yeah,
as long as he's a good actor.
The actor's good.
Yeah, that and of course Gorgon played by a black guy. No problem with that at all. As long as you have it where Maximus, Black Bolt, and Crystal, and Medusa play by white people are white. As long as you have those 4, we're fine. Though Maximus, I think they really crapped on him. He's not insane. He's just
to get the people who did Legion
normal
to go do Inhumans, because apparently they know what they're doing.
I don't think that's gonna happen because, as we all know, Inhumans is gonna get canceled.
I haven't heard it. I haven't watched Legion yet, but I heard it's really good.
Legion is amazing.
And I heard
it's awesome.
At first, I was very skeptical because
rumor it may take place in the same universe as the X-Men films, but the show takes place in the 80s.
Well, technically, how's the Gifted? Where is the Gifted going to take place? Is this its own thing? Because they're acting like it's New Mutants, but they don't want to call it New Mutants.
I think Gifted's anybody in its own timeline because, as we all know, New Mutants is going to
I read an article of why they can't have the X-Men on the show. Apparently, there was a 9/11 event that happened in that universe, so that's the reason why they can't have the movie actors in the show.
Wait, what? 9/11? What does it have to do with anything to get an actor in a show?
Yeah, so the reason why the actors in movies cannot appear on the show is because there was an 9/11 event that caused the X-Men and the Brotherhood to disappear.
How does that affect anybody? That doesn't. Batman and them didn't disappear.
Superman didn't disappear. Then Kingdom Come.
Yeah, though I have heard the show does have Polaris, and they did kind of confirm that she is Magneto's daughter.
Which makes sense.
Though it kind of makes no sense the fact there's 2 freaking Quicksilvers.
We're not allowed to talk about that.
Personally, who cares at this point because Quicksilver's dead?
Of the 2 actors who played him, I think they're both really good. They both played their own versions of the one that appeared in the Bryan Singer, like the one that appeared in like Days of Future Past, Next Apocalypse. Peter Evers.
Yep.
Really good job playing him.
He was awesome.
Who played Kick-Ass. I think he played a pretty decent job. I thought it was odd they killed him off, though. I have heard there was a reason why they did that.
Why?
The actor wanted the same salary as Robert Downey Jr.
Oh,
you're
and
no Robert
the cheap actor he wanted, basically said to kill him off.
Yeah, that's the reason to kill him off. I have heard that he is signed for multiple movies, and there is a rumor that maybe Scarlet Witch can get her hands on the reality gem and use it to resurrect Quicksilver.
I can see that being the case.
Though, here's something really weird about Ant-Man and the Wasp. Apparently, it's supposed to take place after Captain America Civil War. Shouldn't Ant-Man be on the run and not be just like doing regular superhero stuff?
Maybe Captain America got out of jail and at the
I'm saying he got out of jail, but what if basically that? Okay, what if basically the President of the United States, who's played by William Sadler, which he could be by the time Infinity War, what if he called up Captain America, deal with the whole thing with Thanos, say, okay, I want you to deal with Thanos. I want you and your team to help Iron Man's team help deal with whatever this thing is because they probably know about Thanos.
And they'll get points.
What if basically Cap says, okay, I'll do it if my team gets all pardons.
I can see that being the case.
Yeah. Especially since, like, all of them except for Scott Lang have no criminal records. Scott Lang does. If he gets a pardon, the criminal history gets wiped away. And that means he gets his right to vote again. And
I can see a daughter.
Yeah, which I have her. She is coming back for Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yay!
Which I think that was great. They actually brought her in. When I told my sister that the name of Scott Lang's daughter is Cassie, which my sister's also named Cassie, she was so happy with that.
Okay, I'm about to show you guys a list of comics. What do you think? I'm putting Volume 3 of Deathstroke.
Yes.
Wait, first of all, I know you read a lot, Nick. What do you think about Volume 2 of Batgirl?
I haven't had a chance to get my hands on the trade yet, but I read the issues that are in it, the Son of Penguin. It's an interesting story, but it just seems so odd that Penguin have a son. But the book does explain who his mother is and how he was conceived. Apparently, from what I remember from the story, that his mother was a waitress who worked at the Iceberg Casino. And Penguin had one night stand with his son's mother. And that's how he was conceived. And somehow he basically, because he's the Penguin's son, he sent him to the boarding school. And there's this really weird issue where Batgirl and Penguin basically playing ping pong for no reason.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get Batman Earth in because I know all this is leading into Metal.
Yeah, which you gotta praise DC for actually having a really good build up, basically having several books basically build up to Metal.
No, everything Scott Snyder did since New 52 was all leading to Metal somehow.
Yeah, but here's kind of the weird thing. After Metal wraps up, is he going to do another comic book for DC? Is he going to do any other superhero comic book? I mean, I know he's doing Batman the Signal, but after that, that's it.
So he's exclusive from what I still know. He's still exclusive to DC.
I mean, what can he do next? I mean, I wouldn't mind if he did Swamp Thing again. His Swamp Thing run was really good.
I thought about getting Supergirl, but that comes out October 31st. I think I'm just going to get Volume 3 of Deathstroke because I know in Volume 4, that's when he finally goes good again.
Yeah, I haven't. I need to pick up the next line for Deathstroke, but Christopher Priest. I got hands to this guy. The guy is doing a great job with this series, and I looked it up prior to him doing Deathstroke, so I did Deathstroke last year. This was the first book he did for DC since 2000.
Yes, because I have his runs on all 3 different trade backs with Christopher Priest's name in it for Justice League.
As far as I can tell, I don't think any of it. The only book I can think of that he did that DC's put into trade aside from Deathstroke is his run for Justice League Task Force.
Speaking of Justice League, Brian hated Justice League ending. Thank God, because my Brian's
the last issue that came out, that was his last issue. And with Robert Venditti taking over the writing next issue. And then the following issue, issue 33, that's going to be done by Josh Williamson.
Thank God. Brian's Justice was so confused, so convoluted. It made no sense.
It was, my term for it was mediocre. It was mediocre.
It was awful.
If you see this comic, if you ever see the volume of this comic, you should get it. It's called Lumberjanes. It's done by Brennan Fletcher did Gotham Academy. I know they did a little crossover, but it's still a cool comic altogether.
It was sad to see Gotham Academy end the second semester series after only 12 issues. It was sad to see the series go.
Yes.
I haven't heard anything if the series is going to come back yet because I
yeah.
loved Gotham Comics. I think it was a great
Was it in the
series.
DCU era?
Yeah, but it was one of the few
It
good
came
books.
out a little before.
That's true.
Fletcher already, he said there's no plans in the near future. And this was last
Actually,
year. He said there's no plans in the near
Gotham
future.
Comics came out just before DCU happened. It came out the same month that Deathstroke Volume 3 started.
Oh.
Yeah, so
It's the same
yeah,
line being
there's no
had
plans for
Lavender.
Gotham Academy to come back.
I don't think Gotham ever come back at this point because we got the Magic Academy coming back.
I wonder what Becky Cohen's going to do now since she just wrapped up a run for Punisher.
She's doing something for DC. I forgot.
Yeah,
She
she's
has
probably
something going on with DC.
more with bullshit right now. Anyways, I need to get some dinner. I'm starving.
Me too. So let's call it here. It was nice talking to you guys, but we have to cut it short right here. Dinner's finally here, and I think up early in the morning, and God, I'm like, winter is finally here, people. Winter is finally here. Anyway, this is the Geek Lounge, the Road to Rebirth, Road to Doomsday.
Yep, Doomsday clock, baby.
And boy, this is going to probably be depressing. But hopefully, since it's Jeff Johnson's going to have actually a happy ending, something Dr. Manhattan's probably really wants.
Yeah, it's not going to be a fist fight with Superman and Dr. Manhattan. It's going to be more an intellectual fight. Because I'm fine with that. Because no one wants to Superman by Dr. Manhattan.
One thing I hope for this series, we don't have what happened with Fred Reed when the last issue was delayed.
Yeah, or Future Then. Oh, God. Future Then flashbacks.
From what I know,
Jeff Johns didn't do Future's End. That was done by different people.
Oh no, that was Brian Azzarello. That was Brian Azzarello. I think Dan Emmett was on it.
Yeah, it was Brian Azzarello, Dan Jurgens, and Jeff Lemire.
Good writers, and somehow it ended up shit. I don't know how.
It was basically like New 52 Countdown. It was counting the final countdown of Future's End. The sequel.
And they're all great writers. Not one of them is bad, and yet somehow with these mandates, they turned out a terrible event.
Yeah, of the 3 weekly series that came out at that point, Batman Eternal is the best one. World's End, for what I know about it, and I have the issues for it, I think World's End is considered the second best one, and New 50 Future's End is the worst one.
World's End was pointless because World's End was just going to get Earth 2, and they did.
With the ultimate statement of this is what New 52 would look like if we kept going forward.
Yeah, but World's End was basically meant to do one thing: set up convergence. At first, Future's End was going to do that, but all it did was set up Batman Beyond.
Yeah, but not my Batman Beyond. The Tim Drake Batman Beyond.
Actually, it kind of explained what happened to Brainiac.
That's true. It did explain that. But even that was weird.
And Talos got a series, and his was the first one to get axed.
Good.
Which I don't think nobody cared.
I'm trying to remember who wrote the series. It lasted 6 issues.
I know Parallax showed up. Parallax came in and showed that book.
Asking people, Parallax, the 80s or 90s Supergirl Flash is still out there somewhere, and I think DC forgot they still exist.
I don't blame them for getting them because fucking converted is just confusing. The only two that came out converted were Pre-50 Superman and Pre-50 Lord and then Son John. And that's it.
That matter. Those 3 are still out there, and I keep telling people that version of Wally still had his kids.
Yep, that is true. We don't know where they went.
But oh well, let's end it right here.
Yeah. Then you can follow me to Facebook and screen for my Twitter and for me. Thank you, John Video 101. I will do the clock. See you to our next discussion on something. Nick?
You can find me here on YouTube. Also follow me on I'm for my 1,000 video, which I'm hopefully going to do it soon. It's going to be on my whatever top number I'm going to do of how many favorite writers I have for Batman.
Nice.
Okay. Our next event, for our next podcast, we'll just talk about writers.
Or anime, Bobby.
Yeah, we'll decide by then. Next time.
Bye.